What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Mr. Campbell, I remembered I left some.
Of course my mic was muted. So how are we all doing today, whoever's here right now? Chat, who is ready for block majority? Block majority! I honestly think block majority is the best outcome for everyone. Block majority is the best outcome. No. The one vote for Pierre. God damn it. Not block majority. You don't want the Yves Blanchet majority. I'm turning up the Spotify. The Yves Francois Blanchet block majority will be happening tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do to start it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Block majority. Block majority. I don't even know where this meme started, but it is my new favorite election meme of all time. Block majority is the best invention that humanity has ever done, actually. Without block majority, I don't know who I would be as a person. I don't know where I would be as a person. But yes, block majority tomorrow. That is who is winning this election. Block majority all the way. And now I'm going to quickly go on my phone to make sure the audio actually sounds normal and good today. Dang, that's a long ass delay I got this stream on. Alright, perfect. It sounds good. Block majority. Block majority. If I say that a million times, maybe it'll happen. But yes, welcome to the stream, everyone. I am here. I am here for block majority. And I am excited for block majority. I cannot wait for block majority. Block majority will save us. This will protect us from all things. And I just want to make sure I have my mouse appearing on the... Do you guys see my mouse there? That's the real question. Huh. Okay, good. Yeah. It does appear on the thing. Please take Quebec block. Good luck. Block majority. Block majority. Block majority. I didn't even put Jagmeet on this. I did not even put Jagmeet on the or Jugmeet on the poll, because he is not. Listen, I'm an NDP head, but NDP, I think it's the fall off era. I think it is the fall off era of the NDP, sadly. There will be no saving us. No saving us, NDP bros. We have been lost forever. Oh my god, I gotta refresh this page. Sorry, I just gotta refresh the page that has the chat on it beside me here. Perfect, there we go. I accidentally stepped out of it for a second. Okay, there we go. Perfect. We are back. Please take Quebec block. I think block for Quebec does... What does block for Quebec do in like the larger scheme of the polls? Who does that benefit? Because it doesn't benefit the block, honestly. People voting for the block doesn't benefit the block, I don't think. I think people voting for block majority, I don't think that actually benefits the block. I think that benefits, like, because it wouldn't be conservatives switching to block. Cons in Quebec just vote con. Conservatives in Quebec just vote conservative. Like, they don't switch between block, I fear. So I don't think that really changes much, block majority memes. But yeah, we are going to be checking out what's happened today in the news and such. I will somewhat talk on news that's going on in Canada right now. Like, a great example of news that's going on in Canada right now is what happened in Vancouver last night, an absolute tragedy. If anyone knows anyone, sorry for their losses there, but that is an absolute tragedy. What happened in Vancouver last night at the festival, I believe it's 12 who passed. Absolutely horrific. And now that I've killed the vibe by talking about death and destruction, we're gonna go back to memes about Canada election. The National Meme Board of Canada. I believe National Meme Board is a whatchamacallit? I think National Meme Board is a full on oh my god, that car's loud. I think National Meme Board is a full on like liberal head. Full on liberal. This guy, I think he loves liberal. I don't think he's a leftist. Maybe he is. I actually don't know. The young people prefer Polyev. Yeah, that's the no. It's not an outdated myth. Young people do prefer Polyev, compared to other options, is what I mean. Abasca's final poll is the youth libbed out. That's crazy. I have not seen. I'm a member of this demographic, and none of when I tell you none of the boys, none of the fellas are falling into the red. All of the fellas are going blue, which is a concerning if the young people are voting conservative. That's crazy if they are. Like that just never happens. But yeah, chat, make sure you vote in that little poll above who you're voting, and also make sure you vote tomorrow. Vote tomorrow, please. Please go out and vote. I don't even care who you vote for. My biases will be very clear to everyone in this. Libbed up. Yeah, dude, libbed up. We're libbed up National Meme Board. But no, the 18 to 29, I don't like pollsters are really good at their jobs, so I'm not going to question polls. But this is crazy. Why is Indian Muslims training? Oh, Kashmir's trending, right? Kashmir. I can talk about Kashmir a little bit later and what's going on there. But yeah, in Kashmir, horrific things as well. Too big to rig Trump 2024. Oh no. This is what too big to rig looks like. I love how we've just started straight up taking. Hey, Russian, welcome back to the chat. I love how we've just started straight up taking. One of my friends shared that compass chart by CBC. Oh, is it this one? No, that's the horrific thing. Fuck, what is it? Is it where? I don't know where it is actually. I don't know where the compass chart is. DM it to me on Insta, Russian. I'll DM it to me on Insta. I'll find it there. But yeah, what was I looking at? I was PFF. Why do you need that? Then I realized it's not for me. It's for the median voters. Yeah, it is very much. A lot of these pollster things are for the median. Oh, the compass, where you fall in the CBC. I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now. Okay, CBC. I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna see. We're gonna do my political compass. CBC political compass. All right, vote compass. this thing. This thing was so silly. The silliest thing that I've ever seen them do. It is basically a worse version of the already horrific political tool to measure politics, the political compass. I hate the political compass. I think it's silly. I think it very much summarizes complex thought into, are you in the Nazi corner, the communist corner, the liberal corner, or the not the liberal corner? There's it's the Stalin corner, the Hitler corner. Then there's the crazy corner, the crazy doesn't talk to their dad corner, and the crazy doesn't talk to their mom corner. Like it's insane. They found really helpful actually. Yeah, no, I if somebody finds this helpful, good for them. But I genuinely think that this vote compass is horrific. Oh fuck, postal code. Hide my postal code from all of you. I hope the delay worked properly. Just making sure the delay worked before I start typing it in. Perfect, the delay worked. All right. Yeah, you guys don't get to see my postal code. Silly, goofus little CBC chart. Absolutely. I guess actually it'll probably say what my whatchamacallit riding is. I mean, it just matters for my riding. Like I don't care if people know where my riding is. My riding is Winnipeg South. I already voted. But I just don't want people to know my exact postal code. That would not be good. All right, back to this. We are back. Canada. All right, we are going to do this real quick and see what my politics are. What my politics are. How are we doing all today in chat? There's 7 of you in here right now. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Feel free to talk it up. We're not really banning that many people today. We're just doing basically don't say slurs and you're fine. But we're allowed to debate anything. Make sure you go and vote tomorrow. I don't care who you vote for. Just go vote. I just like seeing the turnout. The voter turnout is the most important thing to me. Not who wins, honestly. The voter turnout's the most important thing to me. Okay. Canada places too many limits on freedom of expression. No, I don't think so at the moment. I somewhat disagree. At the moment, I think they do place limits on freedom of expression, but that comes mostly to political protest. They have it's the same as every Western nation. They don't like political protests that aren't in favor of the government. Um, how much of a role should the private sector have in healthcare? Uh, where's the option for no? For none. Much less. Much less. None. Quebec should become independent. Why do they gotta ruin me? They gotta ruin me right now. God damn it. Third question. Third question in, and they're getting my ass with the hard things, the hard questions. This is my friends and I use the same compass format. What did I just press? That's crazy. Did I just fuck up the whole stream? No, I didn't. Perfect. I pressed a button and I thought I just fucked up the whole stream. Huh, where the fuck did the opera go? What the fuck? No, it's still there. What? Where did it go? I lost my window on my thing here and I don't know where it went. Huh? How did that happen? I don't know how that happened. Because it still says it's on stream there. I just don't know where it went on my my end. Where'd it go? Okay, now it's gone. What the fuck happened there? My computer just had a little malfunction, I guess. No, F11, I don't want you full screen. Oh, there we go, we're back. Okay. I don't know what happened to my website there. There we go, we're back. Okay. Let's refresh this, and it should be back on in 1 second. I don't want this. Delete it and re-add. Hold up. We'll be back in 1 second on it. Quebec question dropped. Quebec stays. No, literally, they asked a question about Quebec and the stream broke. My opinion on Quebec is too. They don't want my opinion on Quebec. Okay, let's see if I can fix it right here. Quebec stays. I think Quebec stays too. Quebec, but I do support them getting more like. I think every province should have a little bit more whatchamacallit, autonomy in how they do things, to a degree. Like natural, like I'm against the provinces having like autonomy over their natural resources. Like I don't think Alberta oil. I think oil should be nationalized, but like things like your social things and what you do. Like if Quebec wants more laws to protect the French language, let them do it. I don't give a shit. If they want more laws to like culturally differentiate themselves from the rest of Canada, let them do it. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay, now we are back. We fixed it. Quebec should become an independent state. I'm neutral. No, I'm somewhat disagree. Somewhat disagree because I do think they need more autonomy, but I don't think they should go fully independent. Fully independent, no. Okay. The federal government should prevent provinces from. Oh my God! Another Quebec question. Another Quebec question. So if you don't know, there's a law in Quebec that's very contentious with the Liberal government because the law is about secularism, which is the separation of church and state. I believe it's secularism. But the law is basically a big separation of church and state law where in Quebec, you cannot wear religious symbols if you are a public sector employee. So that would include like wearing a cross around your neck, wearing a hijab, wearing a I don't forget what the hat. Hold up. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it. I don't know what it's called. A kippa? A kippa. Yeah, that's it. A kippa. Like you couldn't wear a kippa at work. Any religious symbol, basically, any religious clothing you can't wear at work in Quebec. And it's supposed to be for like separation of church and state. You know, it's like the state is supposed to be above the church, that kind of thing. I support separation of church and state. What I don't support is the suppression of people's religious expression. They should be absolutely allowed to wear whatever they want to work, and that's just my straight up opinion. So government should prevent policies from enacting laws that restrict it. Oh my God, such a should prevent provinces. The government should prevent the provinces from doing those laws. Agree. How much should wealthier people pay in taxes? Way more. Way more. Way more. I'm a way more head. Federal budget deficit should be reduced even if it leads to fewer public services. Strongly disagree. Money's fake anyways, guys. Money is fake anyways. Who cares about a deficit? How accessible should abortion be across Canada? I think much more. Canada should end its ties to the monarchy. I somewhat agree. I think there's uses to the monarchy today. There's still uses. The reasons to end it would be because, you know, they did genocide against indigenous people. That'd be a great reason to end ties to the monarchy. Another great reason is that they kind of eat tax dollars and don't really do much. I think keeping it, though, does actually benefit Canada via like tourism, stuff like that, international diplomacy. It makes it really easy for us to do a bunch of international diplomacy on certain specific issues. Graham, hot take, money is fake. Dude, money is fake. That's not a hot take. Money is fake. Money is not real. Dude, the money in your bank account isn't actual physical money. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. That's a conversation for another day, but that's why I'm going back to school for economics in the fall, so I can understand. I just want to go into class and be like, guys, is money real? That's what I'm going to do when I get into econ in the fall. But yeah, I somewhat agree we should end our ties to the monarchy, but not for the I'm neutral. Neutral. Denying the harms by the man, why do they gotta say? Why do they gotta what the fuck, CBC? What are we doing here? CBC, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, CBC? Denying the harms caused by the indigenous residential school system should be a criminal offense. Criminal offense? What is a money? Russian, I wish I knew what a money is. I wish I had money. I don't. I got 20 bucks in my wallet. That's it. Denying the harms caused by it should be a crime. I mean, who's denying it? Like, it shouldn't be. People can believe whatever they want. A criminal offense for denying harms? Like, it's just like, should spreading misinformation be a criminal offense? But also, I might just be taking these questions too deep. I think we need more education on this, absolutely, because I didn't even get fully educated on this until I was like in like high school, and I had to do it kind of outside of the curriculum because they didn't teach us anything. Treaties are made through the monarchy, so separating ties would put treaties in a weird place. Yeah, like our entire government is set up around the monarchy, so we would literally have to republicanize like Ireland or like America. So if we were to separate from the monarchy, I was checking a text from someone. Denying the harms claimed, blah, 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 neutral. I don't think that people should be punished for thoughts. Thought crime is not a punishment, but we should get more education on the residential school system because that was a genocide. How much federal funding should universities receive? More. Government should pay for school. Free school for everyone. Free school's dope. Federal government should provide the funding necessary to offer. Are you in favor of $10 day daycare? I'm in favor of that. How much money should out-of-work Canadians receive in employment insurance? I am weird on the welfare system and the EI system because, well, I think that people should receive more in EI. I think we should just also be trying to make our society much better so that people aren't unemployed and aren't on EI. That should be the goal of the government, to make housing less expensive so that people don't need to like quit, so that people out of work don't need EI, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think much more. Transgender women should be allowed to compete in women's sporting leagues. Trans women are women. People who break the law should be given harsher sentences. No. People who break the law, depending on what they did, should not be given harsher sentences. They should be given rehabilitation, depending on what they did. How much say should the federal government have in over how provinces conduct their affairs? About the same. Prescription of puberty blockers should be banned for adolescents. It already fucking is. This already is. I'm like 100. Like you can't, like, a kid can't go to the doctor and be like, make me trans now. That doesn't exist. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. So I don't understand the. I don't understand the. Any form of transphobia is just people that are misinformed. Like this entire thing, it never happens. Banning it for adolescents, it's a useless law to ban it for adolescents because it already is. Like, sure, neutral. I don't care. Canada should continue providing military assistance to Ukraine. They had to have the word military. Yes, strongly agree. I had to think about that one for a second just because I was like, what is the specifics of this? But no, I support Ukraine against Russia. Fuck Russia. Fuck fascism. How much should Canada spend on its military? Depend. My take on this has been changing the past couple of months. I think more, but just because of America. Just because I'm kind of scared that Canada is going to get that Canada, well being in NATO, might get the NATO treatment soon. If you know about the NATO treatment, ask Libya and Ukraine about the NATO treatment. Canada might be getting the NATO treatment soon. So I think yes, we need a little bit more maybe. Just so we can avoid the NATO treatment. Canada should get nukes. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. We need them. We need to defend ourselves. I'm just looking at something. Yeah, okay, perfect. It's working. So I was checking, make sure something's working. Okay, back to this. Federal government should prioritize hiring visible minority candidates over under candidates. I'm not a meritocracy guy. What is the NATO treatment? The NATO treatment is when America asks you to, hey, you know those nukes you have? We'll protect you if you just give them to us. And then Russia invades. And then in Libya's case, NATO bombs them. What is the Hassan Abi doctrine on nukes? This is the Hassan Abi doctrine on nukes. Alright, this is the Hassan Abi doctrine, guys. Remember, if you want to be a prosperous nation, you must, rule 1, get nukes. That is the most important part. Get nuclear devices. Rule number 2, if America asks for your nukes, do not give America your nukes. Do not give up your nukes under any circumstances. Any circumstances. Do not give America your nukes. Rule 3, if you're accused of having nukes, drop everything and immediately find some nukes. This, of course, is a meme. I love denuclearization, but in the time of America having a monopoly on war, you need some deterrence if you're going to be a prosperous nation. You do need a little bit of deterrence. So yeah, I hope we denuclearize in the future, but Jesus, any nation that America has taken nukes from, they've bombed after. Libya, now going to be Ukraine. Like, Iran, accused of having nukes. Saddam Hussein, accused of having nukes. He did not have nukes. But yeah, no, the NATO treatment is why I think we should get a little more military spending. In the next 10 years, Canada might get the NATO treatment. The federal government should prioritize hiring visible minorities over under candidates. No, we don't do this. We don't do this already. We shouldn't prioritize hiring anybody. We should prioritize hiring people based on merit. But should Canada get nukes? Yes. Listen, if America is gonna have a nukeopoly, until the day that America gets rid of its nukes, I think Canada should have nukes too. Not to nuke America, but just to remind them that, hey, we also have nukes. But the federal government should prioritize hiring more visible minorities. I am neutral. I'm in support of policies that give more opportunities to people who might not normally get those opportunities. But I don't think people should just be hired based on like nobody should be discriminated against. How much should Indigenous people have over Canada? Much more, much more, much more treaty rights, much more treaties. Federal government should cover all the cost of prescription drugs. Yep. How much should Canada spend on foreign aid? Much more. How many immigrants should Canada admit? I'm honestly fine with the amount we have now. Maybe a little bit less, but that's just because we have a housing crisis. I'll do a little bit less because we have a housing crisis right now. Federal government should fund sites where people can consume illegal drugs under medical supervision. Yay. Like, I don't know. I hate policies like this because it wouldn't be a policy if we just actually funded healthcare. Like, if we actually funded healthcare, we wouldn't need safe consumption sites, but whatever. But yeah, strongly agree. Only those who speak both English and French should be considered for top jobs in the federal government. Yes. Federal government should permit construction of more oil pipelines. Somewhat disagree. Like necessary ones, yeah, we're not going to get rid of fossil fuels today, but we need to work towards it. So somewhat disagree. Canada should impose tariffs on American imports. Yes. How much should Canada do to reduce its carbon emissions? Much more. There should be fewer people employed by the federal government. No. No, I'd feel people forget that the government is the people. Canadians should be taxed on carbon they emit when using fossil fuels. Do you support the carbon tax? I don't support consumer carbon tax. I support taxing big emitters when they extract it. So disagree. In this election, what matters most to you in deciding how you will vote? Party policies for me personally. Party policies is for me personally. I don't really care for for any of the leaders. My local candidates. Normally, I would say that your local candidate should be what makes you vote, but this election, it's party policies. I don't really care about preventing another party from winning. I voted for who I thought had the best policies. How trustworthy do you find Maxime Bernier? Guys, are we voting People's Party of Canada? Are we voting People's Party of Canada? You know what? I trust him in the way that I think he will be. He says what he means. Very trustworthy. No, he's probably like 2. Trustworthy Jonathan Pedno. He's got a nice smile. I'll give him like a 7. Pierre, I also give him a 2. Elizabeth May, 9. Jagmeet Singh, 8. How trustworthy? 6. How competent? 0. How competent? 6. Competent for Pierre. Chat, what do we think about competency rates for all the leaders? Who's the most competent, do you think? How competent do you find Pierre Poilievre? Chat. I have to. I have to do it, chat. I have to do it. How competent do you find Elizabeth May? Competent at getting her 1 seat? Very competent. She's great at getting her 1 seat. How competent do you find Jagmeet Singh? In what way? As a general politician, very competent. As leader of the NDP party right now, Drop it down, drop it down, drop it down. 0. Thunder, 0 for who? 0 for who? You're on a delay, so you might not be the same one as me. Uh, but yeah, that's amazing. I don't know. I'll give him like a 7. How competent do you find Mark Carty? He's a nerd. He's a banker. I think he'll do good at the things that he specifically cares about, like economy and banking and that stuff. PC, yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thunder. How competent do you find Mark Carney? 7. What year were you born? Highest level. Oh my god, I have to do all of these. Hold up, I'll fill out the ones that I'm fine with sharing, then I'll switch camera off and do the other ones. Federal election held today. Which party would you vote for? Chat, you know who I'm voting for. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. Bloc Québécois, absolutely, is who I would vote for in the federal election. Which party did you vote for in the 2021 federal election? No, I voted DP. What is your gender? Male. Following. None of these. Which year were you born? Yeah, I don't care. People can know that. I'm 21. Actually, yeah. Actually, I need to fucking hide these. I need to hide this information, actually. I should be hiding this information. It's optional. I'm still gonna do it. I don't care. You just don't get to see it. Highest level of education, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just filling all these out. First Nations. I am not anything. How we doing, chat? How we all doing today? Have you guys already voted? That's another thing I'm curious about. Did you guys all vote in the pre things? Yeah, I know it's optional, Russian. I just want to make sure that I'm getting the best outcome on here, just for my own vibes. Okay, let's see. I now have my results. I have a vote in Riverton tomorrow. Oh right, I keep forgetting your riding is Gimli, Gimli, Manitoba for the riding. Okay, here we are. This is where I fall. And also, this is why I think this is stupid. Why is liberal on the social progressive or progressive economic left? Liberal is not the economic left. What's your prediction for the Interlake riding? Dog, I gotta be real with you. I gotta be real with you. I don't think Selkirk Eastman Interlake is going anywhere, dog. I gotta be so real with you. Selkirk Eastman Interlake, I think, is staying where it is. Unless there's like a big, like, last minute old people liberal boomer turnout, I think your riding's staying the same, dog. Also, if any of you are from other parts of the country, ask me your riding and I can talk about it. I know I've done research on maybe like a lot of the ridings. Abi Khan one leader of MP Conservative. Yeah, that was expected. He was going to win. Okay, let's look at this real quick. Your alignment with the party. Why does it not show me the Bloc Québécois? Why does it not show me the Bloc Québécois? It's just because I'm not in Quebec. That's literally why. This chart shows your party preferences and who you align with. What did I agree with the People's Party on? Okay. How you fit in the political landscape. I am here, allegedly. This is why I think this is stupid. This is why I think this is stupid. View the graph in 3D. Oh my god. I should vote Green Party, guys. It's telling me that I should vote for the Green Conservatives. Okay. Yeah, no, this is a very stupid scale. A very, very stupid scale. Evaluation of party leaders. Yeah. I gave Elizabeth May way too much. She's great at getting her one seat. Okay. But yeah, this, at the end of the day, does not matter. It is so silly. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Do you guys, people who know my politics, do you think that I'm more centrist than the NDP? Do you think I'm more centrist than the NDP? But yeah, it's very silly. Very silly graph. Okay. Now we're going to talk about some ridings real quick. Manitoba is the one that I know most about. And, oh, this is going to be the big race in Manitoba that I want to be watching. Little goofy CBC Compass. The CBC Compass is so silly. So silly and so goofy. Also, if you're in chat right now and talking a lot, if you do not mind liking this stream real quick, just so it gets a little bit more traction on the YouTube algorithm. I don't like shilling, but I remember that for streams I kind of have to. They don't have the Animal Protection Party on there. Dude, where's the Rhinoceros Party? The CBC is fake. It's not putting the Rhinoceros Party in there. I hate that. Who's winning tomorrow? Nobody's voting for Bloc Majority in my poll. Come on, guys. Come on. Bloc Majority. Prediction for Winnipeg Center. Do you think it could go Liberal? I think it could. But, like, I don't know. I would hate for Winnipeg Center to go Liberal because Leah Gossen's amazing. Leah Gossen is the GOAT. Elmwood Transcona. Election day turnout usually helps conservatives. And this is usually on election day, conservatives vote. Usually preliminary polls and like early votes are NDP liberals, mostly NDPs. So I'm assuming everyone who's voting NDP already voted. However, yeah, Elmwood I think will stay. I hope these two stay liberal because I forget her name in Elmwood Transcona, but she's great. Yeah, Leela Dance. She's great. I really hope that they stay, but they might not. A liberal might replace them, and then I will be sad. But yeah, in my riding here, my 5% at the bottom there with the NDPs not going anywhere. But yeah, Winnipeg Center, it's a flip-flop between these two. It's a flip-flop. However, I really hope Gazin stays. Yeah, I really, really hope Gazin stays. The only reason why people are voting Liberal in Winnipeg Center is just because they don't understand how the things. That's your opinion, Pierre, Donna. Go vote. Go vote. You got to vote them in. If you want them there, you got to go vote for them. Kildonan St. Paul is the one that I'm most watching right now. I've never met her, but she is such an interesting member of parliament, Rachel Dancho. I was talking about her the other day with one of my friends because she is like just interesting in like her voting record. Like She is just her voting record and what she cares about. Like she's very much like a realtor, real estate girl. Please call your Toronto and Quebecer friends. Convince only one of them to not vote Liberal. Hell yeah. No. But no, Rachel has proudly served us for Kildone and St. Paul. This is the thing. The shadow minister for public safety in the Conservative cabinet. What? What even is that job? I don't even know what that job is. Guys, feel free to debate and fight each other in the chat a little bit as long as it's kept friendly. Keep it friendly. It's friendly right now. I like where it is right now. But you guys are absolutely welcome to debate over who you think is going to win in the chat. Have your little arguments in the chat. Absolutely. Have fun. Just keep it friendly and keep it low key, you know? But yeah. Rachel has championed stronger national bail reform and tougher criminal sentencing to protect women, children, and vulnerable Canadians. Like, I know people who know her, and the only thing I gather about her is that apparently she's like bloc majority, bloc majority, bloc majority. The only thing I gather about Rachel is that she is very like, she's just like, you know that like the white woman who's just a conservative, she's like she is just that white woman. She just doesn't really, she's smart, absolutely she's smart, but she just can I add that on my LinkedIn? I was just working for the shadow cabinet. What does that even mean? Like I know what it means. It means that if the Conservatives win, she would be the minister for that. But Rachel's been the forefront in the fight against Liberals' soft on crime policies. Oh my God. But yeah, no, Rachel is interesting. I have friends who really like her. I just think she's a little bit, you know, she's that like wine aunt at the. She's a hard worker, yeah. She's doing great. Well, not great. Like I mean, like she's. I don't know how to talk about like people that like I kind of know, who were in members of parliament, but she's interesting. Like her policies are bad, but like she kind of just gives off the vibe of like a drunk wine aunt, if that makes sense. Like if you're at the family dinner, you just hope that she doesn't start talking about politics. It's kind of like that, you know? That's kind of the vibe I've heard she gives off. One of the craziest things I will say is this up here. Oh, fuck. This up here. What the hell are they doing? What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? What the hell is a liberal? What the hell is a liberal doing up in Churchill, Kiwatanuck? What the hell are they doing up there? Get your damn liberal ass out my Churchill, Kiwatanuck. Why? Like, I don't know when this started. I don't know how this started. But this is depressing. This is depressing. I hope the NDP turnout is great. Voting liberal on the res is something I never thought I would see. Who is voting liberal on the res? What? Yeah, guys, if you're in here right now, give the stream a like. Just it tells YouTube, it gives them the analytics so that they can share it with more people and maybe more people join in. Chat up in chat, talk about anything that's going on. Yeah, just do whatever you like. We're having fun here. I'm gonna try and like remind them every like 15 minutes or so. But yeah, is there any ridings any of you specifically want me to look on? Tell us something about Alberta. I'll look into Alberta right now. Alberta is amazing in the fact that we still have our goats in Edmonton Strathcona. Edmonton Strathcona is still the goat, will be the goat, will always be the goat riding to prevent the Blueberta. Blueberta will never happen as long as on my watch Blueberta will never happen. Blue Gary, Carlton PP is riding. Dude, Carlton PP is riding. The polls are insane. I'll look at that later, but we're talking about Blueberta right now. Blueberta will never happen on my watch because I will make sure that Calgary McKnight, and Edmonton Strathcona stay, not blue. Blueberta will never happen on my watch. All of these 80+ conservative ridings outside of town in the deep suburbs and stuff in Red Deer, the lawless zone of Red Deer, Alberta. Doesn't matter, because Blueberta will never happen under my watch. I do love how like uh everyone in Alberta hates, like everyone outside of Edmonton hates hates this riding with a passion. Like they go to this riding and protest the fact that they vote NDP all the time. Like living in Edmonton Strathcona is a war zone because of the amount of fuck Trudeau flags that truckers drive through here with just to annoy all the NDP voters, which honestly just pushes them more to NDP. Like average Albertan's night is getting really drunk in Red Deer and then taking the hour drive up to Edmonton Strathcona, drunk driving, of course, with all the boys in the trunk of that truck, all the boys in the bed, cracking open some ice cold Busch Lights and honking as loud as you can on an Edmonton Strathcona street. That is the average Albertan's day. The Rockies are voting blue. The Rockies always vote blue, dog. I mean, maybe around Kelowna, usually they're a little more liberal in the centers, but yeah, all of these, I think people forget that all of the Rockies and stuff are, this land here is like all rich people from Edmonton and Calgary. It's their second homes. Like, do you know how expensive it is to live in Banff, to live in all of these like seemingly like liberal vibe places, like Kelowna and such? Kelowna is expensive as hell to live in. Like this is where the rich people in Canada live. You think they're in Montreal, you think they're on Wellington Crescent. No, they're here. This is where every single rich person lives in Canada. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Revelstoke has been blue and is voting blue. That Revelstoke is conservative in there. Like, yeah, there's a lot of res up here, and there's a lot of like hippie mountain people, like 60s Vietnam War protesters who live out here too, who smoke weed. But also at the same time, there's a bunch of rich people in mansions on a random mountain in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, Blue Rockies makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense to me is blue fucking Nanaimo. What? Huh? Where's my Green Party at? Why is my Green Party not winning Nanaimo or Saanich? Where? What? Huh? Like the Greens are basically conservatives, but they like the conservatives who hate oil. That's literally what the Greens are, with all of their policies. So why the hell is I guess they really want an oil spill to happen in the Gulf here, in the Bay here. I guess they really want an oil spill to ruin their surfing soon. Victoria Liberal, is Victoria Oh, it's NDP incumbent. I thought Victoria was. That's crazy. We're gonna lose a seat there. We're gonna lose a lot of seats in Vancouver to Liberals. Carleton PP is riding. Yeah, let's go to Carleton. Carleton. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. I see bloc and I get happy, alright? Listen. Where is it? No, that's Nepean. Carleton's Montreal, right? Yeah. Wait, what? Do I know where Carleton is? Oh, it's out. I was right. It is outside of Ottawa. Jesus Christ, what is this gerrymandering I'm witnessing here in Carleton? Oh my God. Sebastian Corino, Sean Karen Independent Longest Ballot Committee. Dude, that ballot is insane. I've seen pictures of it. It is nuts. It is so nuts. This is also nuts that Liberals might actually flip it. But it's like very low that they're going to flip it. I think Pierre's keeping his seat. I think it's too late in the game. Pierre's keeping his seat. But yeah, look at the gerrymandering of this district. Hold up. I'm going to pull up maps. Just Google Maps for a second. I'll keep my vote compass up actually. Or Earth, I guess. Because, dude, I can tell you right now via, whatchamacallit. I don't want any projects. Just explore Earth. I'll tell you right now. Carlton's here. There's Nepean. That's where Kearney is running. Nepean is Kearney running. Carlton wraps how far around everything? All the way around here. So it's got all of this like rural stuff up here. All of these suburbs in Canada. Like, this is such a weird riding. Like, who... Sometimes I look at political ridings. I'm like, who drew this map? Who drew this map here? Like, who drew this map? Where does it end? It's got Carlton Place and Amont is like the edge of it. Okay. So that's, where is that? Oh no, it's just like the Carlton riding just makes no sense. It's just a bunch of like Ottawa suburbs. These are kind of like these are kind of dense suburbs too. Like at least these houses are. Like these row houses are pretty dense. It still looks horrendous from a sky map. But yeah, like it's just suburbs. Like I don't think this is flipping. Like maybe some liberal boomers might try to flip Carlton, but I don't know, suburbs this far outside the city too. Like that far outside the city, these people don't hear a honking horn in their life. Like these people, when the trucker convoy was in downtown, these people were fast asleep. Fast asleep. Like, yeah. Oh my God. They got a golf course in the suburb in Carlton? Built into the suburb? Huh? What? Is Canada part of the riding? I think it is. Oh no, Canada's liberal. That actually makes more sense somehow. that the golf course suburb is liberal. What is that? There's a river there, and that's the line. Okay, so it's all like out here. Oh my God, these maps are so confusing. I hate them. Thoughts on conservatives' chance of addressing the housing crisis, dude? I'll show you the conservatives address to the housing crisis right now. I got their platform right here. Who wants me to read it? You guys want me to look at reading things? Where is it? Bring it home tax reform. Unleash Canadian energy. Hold up. Expand transport links? Nah, that's crazy. Shovel-ready zones? Okay, so there's some things about his housing crisis plan that I think are horrible. These shovel-ready zones, pre-permitted projects, so projects can break ground immediately. I don't know if any of you guys have ever worked blue-collar trades, like maybe the laborers might think like, yeah, no more permits, we can go, because laborers fucking hate OSHA, yet OSHA saves their lives every day. like a lot of blue-collar laborers fucking hate regulation, yet that regulation saves their lives daily. But these shovel-ready zones literally would take us back to like like regulations from like the 60s building codes. Like when I tell you removing all the regulations, pre-permitted projects, just pre-approve every single housing project. Like not a single like fire code. Doesn't matter, pre-approved projects. Like shovel-ready zones are basically just an excuse to whatchamacallit, create like a suburban development. They would take an entire area of a future suburban development, call it a pre-approved shovel-ready zone, and then basically the developer, which is going to be private, of course, wouldn't have to pay any taxes, wouldn't have to pay any fees for regulation approval, wouldn't have to pay anything because it's a pre-approved shovel-ready zone. It's basically a way of letting developers have entire swaths of land to develop into car-centric suburbs without any oversight from any local governments. So, yeah, he's going to build a fuck ton of houses, but it's still going to be $1 million suburbs is what they're building. Like, they're not building affordable housing. If you think the private sector is going to build anything affordable, no. And then, where is it? Build the homes for a change. Axe the GST on all new homes under 1.3 million. All new homes. All new homes. I would like to remind you that most people only ever buy one home. So a much smarter way of removing the GST on this would be to let people axe the GST on first-time home buyers. That is what you should do. All the homes. Do you find yourself buying more than one home frequently? Tell me right now, do you find yourself buying multiple homes? Multiple brand new homes frequently? As a Canadian citizen, do you find yourself doing that? I don't, personally. I find myself struggling to pay rent. So axing the GST on all new homes doesn't actually do anything for the Canadian citizen. You know who does a lot for? Private landlords who love to buy up housing, then turn it into Airbnbs or rent it out. It's basically just cutting a tax up to $1.3 million. It's basically saving $65,000. A $65,000 tax cut on every home that a landlord buys up to rent to you. You think that's going to fix the housing market? Giving landlords $65,000? What's your thoughts, guys? Russian, Thunder, Dream Chaser? What do you guys think? And then also incentivize cities to reduce development charges. Like, he's going to withhold municipal funding sometimes, which is bad. Withholding municipal funding, yeah, that's going to build houses. Scrap the underused housing tax. I had that up here a little bit ago. I got rid of it earlier, but I had the tab open. The underused housing tax is literally just a minor, tiny tax that I think should be raised, honestly, on people who own property for long periods of time with nobody occupying it. Like, if you have a second home and somebody only is in it for 1 month of the year, tax. Yeah, this is Pallister's home building. If you were from Manitoba and you know anything about Brian Pallister's home building plan, this is just copy pasting it. And Brian Pallister got voted out on his home building plan because everyone was like, no, that's horrible. You're going to make the housing crisis worse. This is literally all of these things. Tie infrastructure funding to results, not promises. Dog, you can't fund something after it's built. Huh? Funding it on results, oh, I'm only giving you money after you build the house. Okay, so nobody's going to build the house then. Oh, I'm only going to give cities money that actually build homes, but they don't have the money to build homes, so I guess they're not getting my money. No, that's not how funding something works. You can't give somebody the money after the fact. That's how you get bank loans and debt. That's how you get a deficit. Hold back federal dollars from cities that raise building fees. That's illegal. You can't just take away federal funding from cities. The Supreme Court has said that's illegal. Require cities to publish approval timelines. Also, that is outside the federal government's breach. That is way outside. This is why when people get confused when I say that conservatives actually want big government, and they're like, no, conservatives love cutting the government. Yeah, they love cutting the government's taxes. They love cutting what government does to big corporations. You know what they love big government for? They love forcing municipalities to publish approval timelines and development charges. They love forcing municipalities to do things. You know what they don't love doing? Making a billionaire pay taxes. That's why I say conservatives are big government, and the left is not. Right-wingers are big government. Establish a 60-day standard that CMHC approves. Yeah, stupid. Only 60 days to approve housing? I'm sorry, what if it needs to go back? Like I understand wanting to speed up the time of approvals for buildings, but what if that building genuinely needs to take like a year to figure out? Like his housing plan is just stupid, basically, is what I think. And me yapping about it has made a few people leave the stream because it is kind of boring stuff. So, unless anyone has specific questions about housing, we're gonna get off of documents and we're gonna go back to my fun game called Google Earth and Maps and looking at ridings. So, oh, literally as I said that, 2 people joined back in. Love that. Okay, so chat. What riding are you from, and do you want me to analyze it and tell you what I think about the candidates in that riding? That is what we are doing today. My vote is for Bloc Majority. I am sadly from Manitoba, so I had to vote NDP. But to everyone else watching, tell me where you are from, and I will review your riding. Bloc Majority, Bloc Majority, Bloc Majority. Yeah, Pierre is just Pallister 2.0. Is this... Oh, I found the one green riding. Who's going to be the green? Mike Morris is going to be the only Green Party member. Again? Mike again? The riding Mark Carney is running for? Mark Carney is running for Nepean. Now, the independent in Nepean, the independent liberal, was ousted of his job. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about internal politics. Mark Carney is riding as liberal safe. Barbara Ball has been trying her absolute hardest to get people on the vibe of, guys, wouldn't it be funny if Mark Carney doesn't get his seat? No, he's gonna get his seat. He's gonna get his seat. Like this 34%, it's not gonna jump up that much. Like, Canadian pollsters are very good at their jobs. The most the polls will ever be off by is maybe 2% either way, unless there's like a riding that they just didn't interview anyone in and they're just assuming. Nepean, they definitely have polled because it's Mark Carney's riding. Like, look at how many polls there are in Mark Carney's riding. All of these dots are an individual poll done in this riding. Like, yeah, they are. Yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna win this riding. Calgary Confederation over here. Oh, Calgary Confederation. That's a good riding. And that is not the one that I believe is going liberal. I'm personally a Calgary McKnight fan. Federation is... Yeah, here we go. So you're not downtown because the... Where is the... This overlay kind of makes it hard to see the map sometimes. Stoney's there, Thorncliff's there, Skyline East is there, West Winds is there. Okay. Confederation. So you're north side. This is where the university is, right? It's from what I can remember. Do you live in like that? There's like a development over here near like the university that like is kind of new. Is that kind of where you live around? Like Varsity area? Or no, Bonus, I think it was. Bonus is where the stop was. I don't know, when my sister went to U of Calgary and she used to live in like a brand new development that was over here because it was just like it was still in the new development boom, so cheap rent was a thing. So she rented out there. Now she like rents a house in I believe it's Signal Hill. I'm from that awkward zone, the bottom of the river. Oh, Kensington. Okay, yeah, Kensington. I know Kensington, yeah. Kensington's kind of like Calgary's Osborne Village a little bit, I think. If I'm thinking of the right thing. It's like around here, right? Kensington. I go to Calgary a lot. I'm a Calgary head. Calgary is... I've never been to Edmonton, but I'm a Calgary over Edmonton guy, personally. But no, right now, you're pulling liberal, Dream Tracer. You are pulling liberal CPC toss-up. So you absolutely need to go out and vote if you have not already. And tell your friends to go out and vote. It doesn't matter who they're voting for, but this is a very contentious riding that I will actually keep. I'm kind of keeping ridings that I want to watch tomorrow on the election day separate. I don't need to watch Selkirk. Sorry, Thunder. I don't need to watch Selkirk. I know what's going to happen in Selkirk. I like Toronto. Toronto's fun too. But like I grew up west, dude. I never really grew up with like friends in No way, that's legit insane. Yeah, you are gonna be one of the most important ridings in the election, Dream Chaser. Calgary Confederation and Calgary Center. I need to open Calgary Center too, sorry. These two ridings are going to be two of the most important ridings in the election, as far as I know. Simply because it determines out here, okay, the way the election's going to work is Eastern Canada gets called first. So this is all very contentious, so nothing is going to be really learned from the election here. By the time we get to Toronto, we know who's going to form government. Once we get past Toronto and this GTA block here, once we get outside the GTA and we start moving west, once the polls reach here, because it literally ends up being called east to west slowly. You figure out who's winning every single riding. Once we reach about here, we already know who's going to be the government. If it's going to be a liberal or a conservative government. What we don't know yet is if it's going to be a majority or a minority. So that's when we get over here. Because this is the conservative stronghold. This has always been the conservative stronghold. So, this is where you find out if the conservatives did good enough in their home turf to prevent a liberal majority. Out here is going to decide whether Carney has to work with the NDP, work with the Bloc, work with the Cons, maybe even work with the Conservatives on certain issues. So yeah, these are very important. Remember, by here we know who the Prime Minister is. We will know who the Prime Minister is roughly about the time they're passing into Manitoba on their reporting tomorrow. Out here is where we figure out how much power that Prime Minister has. So yeah. Your riding is very, very, very important. Make sure you go tell people to vote. Also, Calgary Skyview. I don't think Crowfoot's going to get it. Crowfoot's not going. Yeah, Crowfoot is not at all going liberal. But Skyview might. I'll keep Skyview on there. Keep Skyview on the watcher. Also in... Dude, Red Deer Liberal is actually what I'm hoping for. Red Deer Liberal. Make Red Deer red again. Edmonton will also be watched a lot. This is going to be... Oh my... I'm going to hate watching this one. This riding is going to kill me. Because if we lose an NDP seat to Liberal Boomers, that's going to be so depressing. If we lose fucking Blake too... Blake is the fucking GOAT. Blake Desjardins, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He is the GOAT. We cannot lose Blake. If you're an Edmonton Greaseback, go vote NDP, please. Please. But yeah. Oh, I gotta watch Blake's riding. Strathcona, I think, is staying Heather. Edmonton Center. Edmonton's weird because Edmonton is like a strong NDP base, so the liberal push might actually make it more conservative for the win because of vote splitting. Yeah, I'm going to be watching all of Edmonton. But any other ridings? Thunder Lakes, Toronto. We can go to Toronto. Basically, all you need to know about Toronto is none of it matters. Nothing in Toronto matters. Sorry, I'm just checking some things right now. Okay. I've always admired Edmonton's orange riding. Yes, Edmonton's Orange Island is my favorite place in the world. I would love to visit Edmonton's Orange Island soon. Sea of Red in Toronto, yeah. Usually the Sea of Red actually goes a little bit more outside Toronto. Like usually Aurora, usually King Vaughan. I wonder if I can do this. I don't think I can change the time for the maps. But like a few months ago, this was all blue. Like a few months ago, all of this was blue. Like it was gonna be a fat majority. But yeah, like Toronto, it's so boring. It doesn't matter. Like technically, there's what 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 30 seats here, so it's so important to the election. But literally, like you could go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and come back, and they're like, "Yeah, Mark Carney won all of Toronto and the election." Like I like yeah, they have the population to justify that many seats. I just think we I just wish we had a more intuitive voting system than first past the post, because first past the post leads to the scenario where it's just either going to be liberal or conservative wins the election here. And no matter how hard the Nelk boys try, they could not get Mississauga Center. The Nelk boys could not flip Mississauga Lakeshore to red to blue. No matter how many times they go on Theo Vaughn's podcast, the Nelk boys, I'm sad to tell you, Mississauga's staying red, boys. Proportional representation is good. I support that, Dream Chaser. However, the direct switch to it would be way too drastic and could cause like an entire meltdown of our political system. So I would start off with ranked ballot voting, and then maybe 20 years down the line we could look at proportional representation. Yeah, you got to take small wins, especially when it comes to like major changes like that. A small win is what matters. A small win like ranked ballot voting, amazing. Yes, we can do better, but take the small win. This is also another one I'm surprised about, because I'm pretty this is usually NDP, I think, right? Or am I insane? Is that provincially? This is all NDP usually. Yeah, it's provincially. Also, another thing that I care about deeply is block majority. Guys, block majority, anyone? Anyone for block majority. Anyone for block majority, guys. Come on. Anyone here thinking of block majority? I'm thinking of block majority. Quebec is not. What is Quebec doing? What is Quebec City doing? I have no idea about the polls in Quebec City. I have never once looked at these polls. But why is Quebec City not block majority? That's crazy. Block majority should be all of Quebec. We should always have block majority. What is this doing, not being block majority? How we all doing today, chat? Make sure you like the stream if you're in here right now. It just spreads it out and makes sure, and it gives the algorithm a little boost to make sure that it sends it to more people so more people can join in. But yeah, we are gearing up for the election tomorrow, and I have a little poll going right here. Just saw a vid with polls in Quebec turning blue. I mean, vibes-wise, Quebec City is way more racist than Montreal, so it makes sense. Like, vibes-wise, these are two different places. Montreal is cool, hip, and liberal. Quebec is hardline French royalists. This is where they would have the French Revolution and the guillotine. This is where they would be saying, "Let them eat cake." That's all I know about Quebec politics. Quebec City is where the monarchy would hide from the revolutionists in Montreal. That's all I know. And then we could go to some East Coast. I was like, where the fuck's Prince Edward Island? Oh, they kind of... the water makes the boundaries look like it's not an island anymore. Halifax, liberal. Yeah, all this is liberal right now. What am I thinking of? The New Brunswick conservative is interesting to me. I don't know why it's interesting to me. I just think it is. The newfies are being flip-floppy here. It's not really going to matter that much, though. No, close that. How we all doing today, chat? Let me know what riding you're from, and I'll take a look at it and tell you who I think's going to win. What riding you're from in the Canadian election, and we can talk about the candidates there, who I think is going to win, how important your riding is, because I got to be real, I don't think the election's getting decided in Portage-Lisgar. I do not think Portage-Lisgar is where the election's getting decided. However, Edmonton-Griesbeck could be an election decider. But yeah, let me know what your riding is, and I will review it. Yeah, we could also do some... This is depressing, and I have nothing to say about this other than it's depressing, sadly.
This morning, with just...
Let's do... what do I search on YouTube? Fuck it, let's watch some fun things, guys. Let's do some reacts. Why Are Gun Guys Gay by Boy Boy, one of my favorite YouTube channels. We're gonna take a break from politics and have fun. We're gonna do some fun. Why are gun guys gay? Just because I want to watch it. Video player will be blocked after... Allow YouTube ads. YouTube is allow list.
Concealing a gun in your pants is really hard. You know, it's not an easy thing to do. And luckily, there's a YouTube...
Okay. We are going to be watching Why Are Gun Guys Gay by Boy Boy while I go get coffee. Or make a coffee. Here you go, chat. Have some fun.
Concealing a gun in your pants is really hard. You know, it's not an easy thing to do. And luckily, there's a YouTube channel dedicated to exactly what fashion choices you need to make to be able to hide from everyone the fact that you could kill them at any second. If I were brand new to concealed carry, I would buy these clothes.
Okay, that is perfect to us because we are brand new to concealed carry.
I'm brand new to clothes.
Yeah, me too. So all of this is new.
I'm glad we finally got something to learn. What I find really funny just straight off the bat is that it says don't wear this. And it's like possibly the gayest sentence that exists in English.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be seen in that. But like these are gun guys, but like big masculine guys, and be like the 10 do's and don'ts of being a gun guy in the order.
Yeah, exactly. But also I am slightly jealous of them because it's like they're playing life like they're a video game character.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, I'm specking out my clothes for my weapon. Because it's like, if you are carrying a weapon, that honestly should be the only thing you're ever thinking about.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
everything else should revolve around your weapon. It's a big responsibility, so kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna spec this guy.
Lots of people are hyper-focused on gear, but they limit their focus to the gun or the accessories that go on the gun. But what about your clothing? Clothing is a critical part of the system.
I love that it's a system. It's not gay. We're not being women. This is all about a tactical clothing system.
Hey guys, this is Jeff with Tenacor. I'm the founder and designer of Tenacor products. I've been carrying a gun for over 25 years.
I've never carried anything for that long.
If I carried a gun for 25 years, I would have killed so many people.
Yeah. Who is this pussy?
The amount of accidents and just...
liberals. Turn the video down. Oh, sorry about that. Is it just that loud?
people, I'd be like, you've got a gun. I would have
bit?
shot myself at least twice today.
So our goal here is for me to share with
See a
you
bread and
my
Toronto,
experience
turn
in
the
the last
video down.
25 plus
Volume
years, spending all the money and time and energy and
literally just making
resources that
coffee
I
right now,
have
real quick.
into figuring out this concealment problem.
Every single
Carney,
article
never
of
liberals,
clothing
never
that he's
again,
picked
liberals
up
win.
is
Captain
undercover cop
Pooh-Face.
clothes.
Yep.
A Hawaiian
I love
shirt at
bots.
a music festival. I'm just a normal guy who doesn't have a gun.
Don't have a gun, no gun here, guys.
I've spent thousands of hours and tens of thousands of dollars experimenting with things and trying to figure out what actually works for carrying a gun every day.
For a man that's spoken about how much research he's done, he's literally wearing a hoodie and jeans.
Yeah, no, stuff's changed a lot for us.
What are you fucking talking about, bro?
I think the issue is that this man just likes fashion.
Yes.
He likes fashion and he needs to make this elaborate backstory in order to still be a straight guy. And he's like, oh, it's actually like tactical research, like 25 years of research. It's like, no, just be a fashion inspiration channel.
And I like it at the end of this, his resolution was the straight guy outfit.
Yeah.
That's the perfect, universally perfect
The
outfit.
most tactical outfit is jeans and a hoodie. It's not a dress, a big billowy moo where no one can see. You could have an AR-15 on moo.
You can have a suicide vest.
But that's not the most tactical thing.
No.
For the first 10 or so years of me carrying a gun, it was this constant process of experimenting with different belts, different holsters, different clothing, trying to find something that was both comfortable and concealable. It wasn't until I switched to appendix carry that my wardrobe choices.
Penis carry?
Appendix carry.
Oh, I thought he said, what he's talking about is penis.
My penis carry.
Is that not what he said?
Did he say penis?
It wasn't until I switched to appendix carry.
He did.
He said penis.
Penis carry.
We've researched the perfect way to carry it. It's not penis carry. Penis carry.
I think if he carried a gun for 25 years, he's probably shot himself in the head a couple of times.
Yeah.
And now he just can't say the word penis anymore.
Yeah, but also I love the idea of every man that carries a gun has to point it directly at their cock.
So standardizing the gun that you have, the holster you have, and the belt that you have, which are kind of the foundational components to your carry system.
Like, I
is
gotta be
really
real. He is. Like, why is every like holster like you see in movies? They get the blicky out. Do I have a blicky on me? Hold up. I'm letting this run while I see if I have a gun on.
important. Once you do that, you kind of know what kind of pants, what kind of shorts, what kind of shirt you can buy or wear. And it basically simplifies the entire process. I currently carry a Glock 19 with a Trijicon RMR on it.
I currently carry Glock 19. Chill the fuck out.
It's like those guys that squeeze your hand really hard when you do a handshake. It's just, no, I don't want to. It's just unnecessarily aggressive.
I won't do it.
people.
I won't squeeze again. But they always go like, and you're just like, okay, dude, I was chill, and now you just assaulted me. I don't know why you did that.
It's the same kind of thing. It's these like super insecure men that have to just have like one overly aggressive action throughout like a normal situation. And imagine this guy eating a fucking banana. I'm just a regular, everyday guy. But how have you been?
Yeah, good.
So let's talk about specific clothing in general. We'll start
like
at
a BB gun or something. But no, why is like every it's always like this in like TVs and movies? Like, why are they just tucking it there? Why do they have it pointed at their dick? Why?
top and kind of work our way down.
He's talking about tops.
He's going to describe t-shirts to us and then pants to us.
Oh no, I thought he was talking about tops and bottoms.
Ah,
It'd be like, this kind of gay person needs to wear this kind of clothes and then
Yeah.
have this kind of gun. Bottoms, just don't carry a gun at all.
no.
You don't need it. The tops are here to protect you.
Should be the other way around, right?
No, bottoms, submissive.
Was the bottom's the submissive one? I thought the bottom was the one they're on.
Who
the bottom.
likes...
No, I thought they were on the bottom, so they're the ones doing the fucking.
Well, how do you fuck on the bottom? How do you think anal
They're-
sex works?
If they're on top of you,
I think the classic idea of
it's
anal
doggy
sex is,
style.
yeah.
It goes in your bottom.
Yeah.
So it turns out
you've been lying to everyone.
So I'm a top.
Yeah, you've been lying to everyone.
What the fuck? Okay, that explains why everyone's so fucking confused.
So undershirts are a thing. I have always lived in northern climates, and so I've always worn an undershirt. And so when I carry a gun, I wear an undershirt. It is more comfortable in general for me, and it helps to protect my body from the gun. So generally,
The undershirt protects your body from the gun.
Everything about this is so good explaining why you need to wear an undershirt in a cold environment. It's just
I already
because of the gun.
Otherwise, I'd be naked. If I didn't have a gun, oh, the freedom.
Whoa, what the?
Oh,
The things I'd
Why do I always tune
be
in
able
at the
to do.
worst?
Fucking terrifying to think that there's some guy who's spent 25 years working out that hoodie is a perfect way to pretend he's not about to murder someone. Like, I don't know. How do I even do with it?
I found it really bad when we were in Texas and you saw people with their concealed carry.
Yeah.
Some part of me just wants to be like, you just want to
Give me.
You just want to take it.
Although the
It's fine.
Texas was much gayer than this. It was so good, like tight, like leather jeans and like pink checkered shirts, and then just like leather boots, like fucking
Cowboy
leather,
boots.
leather
They are
stiletto,
kinda slaying.
knee-high stiletto boots.
Like
Just
that
walk.
fit there? Where was it? Like, yeah, he's kind of. They're kind of slaying, you know. They'd go crazy at club happenings. They'd go crazy at Club 200.
It's like fucking
Cowboy
leather
boots.
Men would
stiletto.
love riding
So like
those.
knee-high stiletto boots, just walking around. I'm like, these are good-looking boys.
And all because of their gun.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they do it.
Gun guys are
I
just
need
very
these high heels to protect me from the gun.
With any clothing, the higher quality clothing, it's going to be more comfortable and it's going to feel better and fit better. Find a particular t-shirt or undershirt brand that you like and then stick with that thing. I have found that the district made DM130 works really well.
That is just a shirt. I find the DN130 works really well. What needs to work? You need 4 holes in a shirt. One big one slightly smaller one, and 2 very small ones.
4 holes, yeah.
Yeah. What other functions do you need for
Yeah, tell me the specs of this shirt. Like, that's what I want to know.
It's nothing. It's just that it's branded, and he's selling his own merch.
So he said, I found my own shirt.
My own shirt.
Let's talk about cover garments. You need to put something over the top of the gun to cover it. Cover garments that are stretchy
Surprised
and
nobody in
knitty,
chat
like
has
this one. This is
bullied
like a
me.
polo.
I'm just gotta say, I'm surprised nobody in chat has started bullying me yet for drinking espresso instead of coffee. Not one of you have called me anything homophobic, and I'm very proud of you. Very proud. Good job, guys. You're doing better. You're doing better. Also, Thunder, I'm gonna mod you, just because I trust your opinion. Thunder's getting mod, and where's Russian? I can give Russian mod. Yeah, just have like generic moderation powers. I don't even know what that does. I think this is like my first like week of ever streaming. Drink a beer. Oh hey, you have a little thing there. It says it. Drink a beer. Yeah, I should drink a beer like a man. Just make sure that when you're modding things, only like you're getting rid of like slurs, Thunder. That's your job. You're slur patrol if you see that in chat. Like if somebody's just being conservative, I don't really care. Like Captain Pooface is saying, I don't give a shit about that. That's kind of funny. I kind of want that. I kind of want them to be like that a little bit. But like if you see them start using slurs, get rid of them.
This is going to form around the gun and it's not going to work very
like
well.
a
A
real
t-shirt
man. Why am I
is going to
drinking
be maybe a
espresso?
little better than this because it's not going to be quite as stretchy as this.
I mean, this is the same kind of stuff I think about because I like just
also grab
always
some
have a
beers
boner.
for later.
Yes.
Just
Later in
constantly.
the
So like I
stream.
really
Take,
need
like, a
to
little
pick
half-hour
clothes that
break
don't form
eventually.
around my
Yeah,
penis.
exactly.
Later to
Well, that's
make it
why
more fun and
you
stuff.
buy a
It's
belt.
fun.
The down
If I
low,
can
you
figure out
pull
how
your
to set
boner
up
down.
gaming
What if you put it
on
up and you've
stream,
got a cock ring
still
with the
can't
power of
figure
your
it out.
belly and belt?
Then,
That's a good idea as
do that
well.
too.
I usually do the tuck down in between my ass cheeks, then you tense your ass cheeks and you close, like boner comes back
There's no way.
into ass cheeks, then you tense and it locks it in there. And the best thing is, if you're threatened, you release.
Oh.
This is
Got
like
your own
the
fucking
average
flip
Australian.
knife in your pants.
in your groin.
In your underpants.
That's cool.
Try it. And even better is you go do it while soft, and then you get erect, and then it's
Oh, you get erect because your dick is in your own ass.
yeah, exactly.
And it feels good.
It feels great.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
Video too loud, I can't hear you, man.
Now, if you-
I'll just pause it when I'm talking then. Video loud. How loud is
If
it?
you want to sell your own gun-friendly clothing, but you're worried about how complicated commercial management is, then look no further than the sponsor of today's video, Odoo.
Odoo is a management software all-in-one that offers a range of
Okay, now it should be about the same
applications
as me,
to
or a little
facilitate
less.
the daily management of their activity. Odoo CRM is very
Same as me, or a
intuitive
little
and
less now it
places
should be.
the customer at the heart of a ton of activity, from opportunity management to closing sales.
One of our favorite aspects is their instant lead capture, which means that interested customers can contact you directly on your Odoo website. And
Also,
a
if
new
we're
opportunity is
reacting to
automatically
anything
created in
that
your
like is made by
CRM.
another creator,
great
we
aspect
watch
is the
their
pipeline
ads.
views,
I will
which
not
can
skip
then
creators'
view. Every
ads.
opportunity is presented in card
I don't want to
form,
steal
with all
from
the
them.
essential information
Ethical
available at
react.
just a glance from their
An
details
ethical
to their
react.
priority level and their expected revenue.
Go
Within
subscribe
each
to
task,
Boy
you can
Boy
add
if
the
you're
complete
watching. They're
information of
great.
the client
Go
and
give their
requirements
video
in the
like.
description. It also offers simplified communications and monitoring, so all your email exchanges and log notes take place in the chatter. You can even integrate with ChatGPT to save time and easily schedule all your
Let them
activities,
get
such as
their
making
ad
calls,
readout.
to-dos, etc.
Best of all, you can create and send quotes in just a few clicks directly from your opportunity. Your clients can accept and even pay for it from the customer's portal, at which point we'd like to say, well done, you made your first sale. Finally, you can analyze your performance using personalized dashboards and predict your results with revenue estimates. And the best part is it's absolutely free.
Your first app with Odoo is free for life with unlimited hosting and support. So what are you waiting for? Go click our link and download
Odoo today and start selling your gun paraphernalia today.
So another aspect to
I love gun.
concealment is going to be patterns on shirts. So you can have
Ethical
solids
react.
like
We-
this.
we watch their
and then
ads.
You can
We do
have
not skip
patterns.
their
So there's like
ads.
a plaid.
You know the best pattern? A pattern of multiple guns.
Oh, you don't know
So
where
they
it
don't
is.
know
Might
which gun
chug
is
that
where.
double espresso.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
fucking perfect.
That's what he should sell. And people be distracted. And they were like, let me see the guy with all the guns on his shirt isn't carrying a gun.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to draw attention.
No, exactly. That's where you get it.
Plaids are going to be very square because you have lines running one way and perpendicular lines running another way.
Oh, you cannot be serious. He's describing what plaid is. What's really good about this shirt is that it's got 2 armholes, so I'm not stuck like this all day. How is this a YouTube video? He looks like he's about to fall asleep.
This is amazing. 6 minutes and he just explained why he wears really boring shirts.
So they're going to cover up square things really well, but not rounded things as well. Something like a Hawaiian shirt will cover up both because it is going to have both straight lines and round lines. And
What's a round line?
I feel like I
Carrying a
missed way too
grenade?
much
What are you
context
hiding-
when
what are you
I feel like I
hiding
missed way too much context on what's going on in this video when I was making coffee earlier. Is it this is the they're watching a guy like
But also,
his,
if
his
it
brand.
covers
They're
round
reviewing
and
his
square, why are you showing us
gun
any of the
brand
other
or whatever.
options? Hawaiian shirt at all times.
This shirt right here has plaid on it, which is great, but it is relatively light. And so the lighter colors are going to show the shadows and stuff more. And so they're not going to work as well for concealment.
Where's our gun?
Oh, where did our
Where
gun go?
did our gun go?
Hello? Yeah, gunny. Oh, there he is.
We got a gun. We got a taser. Which one do you want to conceal?
I'd rather conceal this. I don't want to accidentally tase myself. Okay, trigger discipline.
See, towards my penis.
Yeah.
Can you see I'm concealing?
You
it?
want the taser?
Absolutely not.
right there.
This is either really.
You can't even see
And
it.
then, bam, shot ya.
See, I don't know what he's talking about, the penis.
Yeah, it doesn't work. That's what I try to do.
This
Well,
man's an expert.
yeah, this is impossible.
This is really hard to conceal your gun.
It feels like this is a very, very simple concept.
Yes.
Like, I put it in.
Yes.
Let's say I've got it in my penis hole.
Yes, it's in your penis hole.
Well, you can still kind of see it.
See, that's...
That is kind of complicated.
Yeah, but it's because it's...
I wish I had
Go in the
I
middle.
wish I had like a BB gun or something on me right now.
Yeah. I can't see nothing. Nothing. There's nothing there.
And then it just looks like I'm like about to masturbate, and they're like, oh, whatever. Don't look at this guy. He's He's masturbating in public, and then he shoots you.
Well, there we go. Maybe we only know that because we've watched his YouTube video.
What's so?
As much as I love this video, I feel like it's not a good format because their video is them reacting to something. I'm just reacting to their reactions. I can't really say anything. Do you want to keep watching this, or should we move on to something else? I love Boy and their channel, but this is one of their react videos, so it's kind of hard for me to do anything about it, to say anything and review it at all. Oh, whoa, get that out of the screen. We're gonna move back to politics for a second. We chugged our coffee. We'll maybe finish this later. But yeah. Going on in the world. We're gonna cover some news right now. What is going on right now today in Canada? And I believe it is still on the tragedy in Vancouver. I believe that is still the main story going on in our news right now, it was absolutely horrid. I don't know if you guys saw anything about that, but last night at 9 p.m.-ish, was it 9 p.m.? After 8 p.m., 100,000 people were at the event. Oh my God. Yeah, 11 people have been killed and multiple others injured after a driver slammed into the crowd of a street festival in Vancouver. It was the Lapu Lapu Festival, celebrating Filipino culture. I have a few Filipino friends. I should probably text them and see if they're doing okay right now. I say that and I don't grab my phone. But yeah. This is just horrific. I have no details on the well, I have like some details, but I don't have anything broad enough to make any sort of like claims or anything about this. Like, it's the actions of a single person doing a horrible thing. Like, wasn't aware of any threats to the community of the event or beforehand. It seemed like the guy that did it had a history of like mental health issues. Yeah, he was just traveling eastbound and just slammed through it there. Next to a school, too. It was at an elementary school or secondary school. Yeah, it was a 30-year-old man I've seen pictures of him. I'm going to just keep all those videos and pictures off stream. You can go on Twitter and find them yourselves if you want to. But yeah, lots of people injured, lots of people dead. It's an absolute tragedy. Where is the thing? Yeah, the man was known to police already. So besides the tragedy, I'm going to do the thing that everyone usually waits a week to do when talking about a tragedy, which is politicize it. It's insensitive of me to do this, but I'm still going to do it. Not to politicize this. Well, no, to politicize this, sorry. This statement right here, this man being known to police in certain circumstances, I can tell you, I've seen it on Twitter already. Every single conservative immediately is taking this, politicizing it, and going, that's why, talking about, what is it, bail, like catch and release. Because the police chief said this statement, the man was known to police in certain circumstances. Everyone on the right is going, bail, bail. It's the catch and release bail. We need to be tough on crime. We need to be tough on crime. Catch and release bail. Catch and release bail, which is not the case at all. It is not the case at all. There's another report out there that where the chief clarifies on this, and he's talking about the fact that the individual who committed the crime actually was known because of his like mental health issues. What the takeaway should be from this is that if that man was struggling with mental health, the man who committed this crime, there should have been resources available to him so that he doesn't do something like this. This is preventable. Yes, it's a tragedy, but it's preventable. It's not preventable with bail reform. It's preventable with mental health care. And it's preventable with more investments into healthcare in general. Because the person who did this, it wasn't an act of terrorism. It wasn't like a premeditated thing. It was a mental health issue. He was mentally ill. I don't know what with. But yeah. Yeah. This is preventable with more investment into mental health resources. Very preventable. Very preventable. That's all I'm going to say about this news because I'm not qualified enough to talk about the deaths of people, but that's my only take on it, is that it was preventable. Back to normal politics and election stuff.
Well, this is our...
For over 30 years, you have trusted us to file over
See, this
50
when I
million
say
returns.
ethical reacts advertisements,
Now,
this is not what I
over
meant.
500 Canadian tax experts are ready.
This is not what I meant. This is not at all what I meant. How we all doing, chat? Who's still here with me right now? Make sure if you're watching right now, you like the stream, like what's going on. If you like what's happening, comment, vote in this little poll I got going here. Actually, I'm going to end this poll. Sadly, nobody voted for block majority.
The three major parties are in a virtual
And I'm sad
three-way
about that
tie when you
because
look
I
at the
want
number
block
of MPs.
majority.
14 for the Conservatives, 14 for the Liberals, 12 for the NDP, and there's one vacant seat which was held by an NDP member. Just to round out the numbers, there's also a Green MP from British Columbia and one new seat. But as you likely know, during this election campaign,
He talks. This is the thing about CBC. I support the CBC, but their reporters talk so slow, so abysmal. Like I have way too much ADHD for this. I think this is just a me personally issue. They just talk so slow, and his voice and tone is so boring. He has no pitch at all. He's very monotone. It's just boring what they say a lot of the time. I support funding this EBC, but God, they are boring. God, they are so boring. Probability of the Liberals winning the most seats but not a majority. 69% chance Liberal majority at the moment. Where's block majority? All I want is block majority. We're going to look at memes now. Meme o'clock time. As you can tell, the stream is now just me being ADHD. The CPC... What? Oh, Conservative Party. Reposted a video with this caption, "Violent crime is on the rise in Canada." Yeah, what did I say? What did I say? Police say the suspect was known to them. How are we allowing these people to roam freely? No, for real. That's insane.
Walking around in my own neighborhood. Guys, I'm asking for your help. And I'm asking for your help because after 10 long years of Liberal failure, I barely recognize the city I used to be so proud to call home. I don't feel safe walking around in my own neighborhood, and I'm honestly at a loss for words even thinking about what it's going to be like if the Liberals get in again. And it doesn't need to be this way. It really doesn't. We can turn this around.
What the... Like, this is what I said. I said when I was looking at it, I was like, I know Conservatives are going to make this about them. This is a tragedy for an entire community of Filipino people in Canada, of Filipino Canadians. And white conservatives are going to make it about them. They're going to make it about them, and then they are going to vote conservative, guys. We got to stop the crime. 10 Liberal lost years, guys. Come on, I'm scared to walk in my streets. Like, you're the reason... You guys cut healthcare funding. You're the reason why people are like this in the streets. Like, of course, white conservatives are gonna make everything about them. They just have to play victim. She's crying right now, playing victim, when it's not even her own community that is suffering right now. There are people dead, and she's sitting in her house crying and playing victim. Like, it's horrendous. Not conservative when it's all conservatives. No, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like, that's insane. Insane that they still want to make everything about else. They're saying go vote Pierre because 12 people just died. Like, it's actually disgusting what they're doing. Okay. Transcript of video. Oh, I don't want to cry, but I just might. Guys, I'm asking for your help, and I'm asking for your help because after 10 long years of like, you're crying and victim, like, oh my god, you are the worst. You are a disgusting human. Horrid, disgusting human. People are dead, and you are going to, like, people are dead. Like, where do you even live? I don't even know where does this girl live? To remove the reference to the Vancouver car attack altogether and just focus on crime. Oh, they changed the caption. Nice. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, no, this is absolutely disgusting behavior from conservatives. Absolutely disgusting. Time for a change. Vote for conservative. Oh, she's from Calgary too. I don't even recognize Calgary anymore. They stay playing victim. She's not even from Vancouver, and she's like, guys, I'm gonna cry because 12 people that I don't know died in a different city. And I'm scared of my walking in my own neighborhood. You have to vote for conservative, guys. You have to. Guys, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. Like, it's disgusting. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting behavior. Yeah, go fuck yourselves, Conservative Party of Canada. That is disgusting of them. Yeah, you know, this is how you reply to it. Goat. Goat Zelensky. Heartbreaking tragedy at Vancouver's Filipino Festival. That's literally all I have to say. Literally, that's all. That's it. This is all that matters. And she's gonna go politicize it. Go fuck yourself, Conservative Party of Canada. I literally said, like, did I not say 20 minutes ago that it, yeah, like, immediately when I read that headline, I was like, the Conservatives are going to politicize this, and I know it's insensitive of me to look at that and immediately think that, but I'm aware of it at least, that it's gross of me to politicize it. Like, it's hypocritical of me to politicize it than criticize them for doing it. But I recognize that, like, they're just going out and doing it, shamelessly politicizing a tragedy. Disgusting human beings. Nothing else to say on that. Would both touch down in Saskatoon in the dying days of this election. What riding is Mark Carney trying to flip in Saskatoon, do we think? This is all... It's all pretty... It's all pretty... This is all pretty blue right here. I don't know who he's out here to talk to. But... I don't know who he's out here to talk to, but... Alright. Like, maybe go to Regina. He could get this one. Might be able to get Regina, Wisconsin. I don't know if there's any incumbent liberals in, No, you're conservative incumbent. I don't know if there's any... I think Regina might be... I mean, Saskatchewan might be all blue. Or minus... Never mind, Saskatchewan's not all blue. I forgot. Sometimes I forget. Just like the Liberal government of Canada, sometimes I forget about the North. Sometimes I forget Northern Canada exists. But yeah, what is the meme board saying? Canada's biggest losers?
That I've never made a video like this before, but check this out. Anita Anand, she quit. She literally told us she was quitting when the polls were looking bad. Changed her mind when things were looking good.
Like, I know who Mario is. Mario literally just needs to, whatchamacallit. He needs, more, he needs to be more entertaining for me to actually watch his crazy takes. Vote Liberal on Monday. It's time to... Yeah, no, literally, all the Conservative Party is doing is fucking American culture war bullshit. This is literally just Americanizing. Like, this is just American culture war bullshit. That's all this is. Sure, why not? Can I have the dream job? He's holy. I love Dean from Winnipeg. God, I love Dean from Winnipeg. The GOAT. My last tweet before being blocked by Aaron O'Toole. Yeah. Was campaign figures out where... Dean from Winnipeg is my GOAT. Dean from Winnipeg remains my GOAT. Yeah, no, they politicize fucking everything and turn every tragedy into an excuse to play victim. Getting rid of that poll, starting a new one. I don't know how to do that. Let's do a poll. Block majority. I'm removing all other options other than block majority this time. Block majority. Because my French is so bad. I was gonna Google Translate. I was gonna Google Translate. Yes, glory to the Quebec, glory to the Republic of Quebec. And I was like, I'm just gonna type it. Glory to no. There we go. New poll. New poll, guys. Block majority, yes or no? Glory to glory to Yves or no? Block majority, glory to Yves, glory to Yves, glory to Yves, glory to Yves. Guys, all I care about is this. This is all I care about. Please. Please, my goat. Please, my goat. Please. Yves saying the other day that he didn't want to be Bloc Québécois unofficial. What if the bloc was really majority? Guys, what if the bloc was really majority? Oh my god. Blanchette right in. Who's doing bloc majority vote, guys? Please, if you're in Quebec, vote for bloc majority. In Manitoba, we will be writing in Blanchet on the ballot in Saint Boniface. We'll be writing in bloc majority. This is all I want. This is all I want. All I need. What if the bloc was really majority? Trust the plan. Truth nuke. No, guys, come on. It's bloc majority. Stop voting no. Bloc majority, guys. Come on, have fun. Chat, be fun. We all love bloc majority. We all love glory to Yves Francois Blanchet. Glory to Yves Francois Blanchet. We should be able to vote bloc in Manitoba. Absolutely. Where is the St. Boniface bloc? I want the St. Boniface bloc. St. Boniface is arguably more French than all of Quebec. More French in the way that they love to remind you that they're French. Attacks on 338 continue today. What? There's attacks on 338? God damn it. Why? Like, guys, also, if any of you have looked at Polling Canada at all throughout this election, these guys are the GOAT. I do not know if they are independent. I will run for St. B block. Please, Thunder, run for St. I will run with you. We're starting next federal election, Thunder. We are starting the Manitoba block. We only speak French. I'm learning French for the next election just so we can do this. CPC seeking to win votes from tragedy in Vancouver. Yeah, of course they are. Exploiting. Yeah, no, it's like they're just disgusting. The Conservatives are disgusting for this. Too big to rig. They are gonna. The main polling website shows purely of losing. What? Who would get hacked? They wouldn't hack 338, would they? Did they actually hack 338? I didn't know. Let's refresh the 338 homepage. Like, I know they haven't done anything if they hacked 338. Okay, that's just my thing being weird. Like, what are they saying about it? Attacks on 338, this time in Eastern Canada. Use the French version of the site, which is up and running. Okay, so the polls are what, incorrect right now? This is their federal update for today, or yesterday. It was not simply high traffic that took down 338 today, but attacks. That's a first. French page works fine, so practice your French here. Okay. So it's French 338 instead. Because, of course, the conservative... like, it's got to be a conservative who hacked it, right? It's got to be a conservative. Does it show the names here or just the I can't tell. I can't tell if these are like the names of the people or the names of the riding. Like, what is this? Hamilton Center. Oh, it's the name of the riding. Okay. Hassan. But yeah. 338 getting hacked is crazy. Real. Any thoughts, chat? Any thoughts? Let's see what the Donna Vaughn thinks. The GOAT Donna. The GOAT. The woke mind virus is taking. Vote block to protect. No wait, quote. Woke. Block major. I spelled it wrong already. Block majority. Guys, block majority. Block majority. Vote block, guys. Vote block. Please, please vote block to protect us from the woke. You still have time to delete this. I actually do think them being so focused on catch and release crime is actually going to actively hurt their campaign. Don't wanna hear the bad news. Imagine your face. God damn it. Don't wanna hear the bad news. Imagine your face. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Pierre Poilievre. Rest in PP, peace. Broke, wanting to... Do you like Doug Ford because because of his politics? Do you like Doug Ford because he likes the U.S.? Do you want Doug Ford to run so he's no longer in charge of Ontario? I want Doug Ford to be the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. Simply so that he no longer is the Premier of Ontario. That's the only way to get Doug Ford out of office. That's the only way to prevent the only way to stop Ford Nation. Guys, vote block to stop Ford Nation. Because if Pierre loses, Doug Ford might become the leader of the CPC. Doug Ford might become the leader of the CPC if Pierre loses. So vote block to stop Ford Nation. Vote block to stop Ford Nation. What am I even saying anymore? Guys, what do you think of my political analyst? Like the stream or throw some emotes in it if you're liking my political analyst. My political commentary right now. If I'm doing good, smart political commentary, what do y'all think? What happened to Frank? What happened to Frank? Oh, disappointing. Slow pacing, terrible low energy music, absolutely no good footage. What is this edit? Why is the audio like that?
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
In New York, I'm really rock. Had it from the start. I don't think Pierre's actually ever listened to this song in his life. I know the song, I just am blanking on the name right now. I've heard it a million times. But I don't think Pierre has ever actually listened to that song. Like, if they put, like, better footage, maybe, it'd be good. Red or blue, we lose. No. Max, wait. Maxime. Guys, what's Bernier? What is he talking about here? Soft core from Maxime? Maxime dropping some soft core kink? I didn't know Maxime was into that freak shit. Which message will speak to voters this Monday? Let's see what's going on at the PPC. He doesn't know yet, but he's about to get arrested for defending his people's right to speak. That's the official Maxime account? Damn, they really think that they are like... they really think that they are like them. That they are like fighting for rights, huh? Just remember the Carnageddon has only just begun. God damn. How we doing today, chat? How you feeling? Do we think block majority, chat? Do we think block majority? Is that what we're thinking for the end result of this election? Block majority. Also, chat, drop whatever riding you're in here in chat, and I will go look at it, and I will review who I think is going to win. And if you want any questions about specific policies, any questions about anything in this election, let me know. I am here to answer your questions. I am here to make jokes, and I'm also here to maybe hopefully make you go out and vote if you have not yet. So yeah, feel free to like the stream as well. It spreads it around, lets people know, lets YouTube know what's going on. So it tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job, and then it shows this to more people. So yeah, I wonder if I could. Wish I could see who is watching it, like the names of the users watching. I can only see who chats in chat, but yeah. My Orange Island stays strong, soon to be bigger. Do we think we could get the Orange Island to Griesbeck in Southeast? I hope Griesbeck stays. I love Blake. I love Blake. Griesbeck has to stay. So I've just been yapping a lot, that's why I'm yawning. Also, I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. How are we all doing today, chat? Actually, what's going on in St. B? St. B is a part of, not a part of Winnipeg Center. It's part of St. Boniface, St. Vital. Thunder, this is who we're running against. We got to beat Jeanette Levac. Jeanette Levac is how we win. We got to beat her. We're gonna make St. B great again. Make St. Boniface great again. St. Boniface block. The St. Blockifice. If you guys don't know, in the next federal election, me and one of our mods, Thunder, is going to be running for St. Blockifice as the Winnipeg block. We're bringing the Bloc Québécois nationwide. The Bloc Québécois will run everything. Bloc majority will be real. We will have block majority. We will have block majority. We will have block majority. Every time I say block majority, 5 people join the stream. So yeah, in the next federal election, you can vote for me and my mods. I will, if you subscribe right now to this stream, subscribe to me, donate, you can be on the ballot for the next block election. In the next, dude, that would be crazy. Because we can, in the United States, you can't really do that, but you can do that here. Start a movement. That's the goal now. We're gonna get as many people. we're gonna. That's my new goal as a streamer. Get enough subscribers that are willing to run as federal MPs in their ridings. We're gonna start a political party that is just like us, just my subscribers, and it's called The Block. It's just called Block Majority. Our goal in politics? Block. That's our goal. Thunder will be running for the St. Boniface block. I will be running for the Winnipeg South Centre bloc Quebecois. We need bloc Quebec. We need bloc MPs in every riding. Bloc MPs in every riding, please. There's just not much going on. What do you guys think about the election campaign so far? What the? Oh, this was 2021. See, this is why we need proportional representation. These are the results from the 2021 federal election. This is why we need proportional representation. Like, I don't even care that it would technically mean a conservative majority. Well, technically, it would be a conservative minority. But, like, damn, bro. Damn. The NDP doing so much for so little. Like, this is why our election system is fucked. This is why it's fucked. Like, Bloc makes sense because they only run candidates in Quebec. That's fine. But this, really? 17% of the vote for 25 seats? The third largest party by vote share? The fourth largest party in Parliament. By a long shot, fourth largest party in Parliament. Technically, though, that would mean I would have to give seats to Maxime Bernier, and I don't want to do that. Technically, if we did this, if we did do proportional representation, is it worth it, guys? Is proportional representation worth it? We give Maxime Bernier seats, but we get NDP supremacy finally? What do we think, chat? Proportional representation? We give Maxime seats, but NDP gets finally gets to win for once. NDP gets to be happy for once. That's my vote compass thing. Still, people are not in support of bloc majority in the poll. I said bloc majority and I immediately go to look at the view count to see if more people join the stream. Okay. Alright, chat, what do we want to do? Do we want to take a little break from politics and maybe try gaming? Let's try gaming. There you go, it's back. Sorry, I minimized it for a second. Okay. I am going to put on a fun little entertainment video called, probably just a Hasanabi video. What is going on in Kashmir? You guys get to learn about Kashmir while I try to figure out how to set up gaming on this stream.
Of that region. There's a distinct Kashmiri identity, which I want to hammer home, right? Kashmiri, a lot of Indians don't actually know this. Kashmiris are an actual ethnic group. They just think, oh, Muslim this, Muslim that, right? No, Kashmiris are an actual ethnic group that are indigenous to that region. So there's this weird misconception that, like, the Kashmiris are just Pakistani immigrants or whatever in India, which is bullshit. It's complete nonsense. We also have Kashmiris in the chat, Saeed Wanka, as well as a guy from Kashmir as well. Getting to what happened recently over the past 2 days, you have a bunch of Indian tourists visiting a city called Pahalgam. Rowan Davis, my goat, he's a Arun Ano Indian Hasanabi certified. He did a really good breakdown on what's going on here. Basically, so in Pahalgam, which is a city in the Kashmir Valley, there were a bunch of tourists. Now, there was a group that's an offshoot called of a far right militant organization called Lashkar-e-Taiba. I think it was Kashmir Liberation Front or the Liberation Front or something like that. I forgot the acronym of it. They launched an attack on these Indian tourists. Now, the vast majority of them were Hindus, right? I think there was one Muslim guy that was trying to help the tourists basically escape from this attack. And the long story short, he was also killed. Right? It's called the Resistance Front.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the militant group that actually attacked those tourists.
There was a lot of misinformation that was spreading about this initially, as is expected. But one thing that I saw that I wanted to ask you if there's veracity to this is like they were trying to make sure that they were only killing Hindus or something like that was, or is that just like Israel style commentary on the situation to stoke racial tensions, or is there any veracity to that?
The thing is, a lot of the militant groups, I think the vast majority of militant groups in Kashmir at this point are far-right Muslim fundamentalists at this point. Again, I haven't been able to comb through whether that's actually true or not, but they're far-right extremists. They're far-right Muslim fundamentalists at this point, including these guys, right? So there's probably some element of truth in that they were specifically seeking out Hindu tourists probably. At the same time, like the immediate reaction from Kashmiris themselves, Kashmiri Muslims, by the way, was a complete and utter condemnation on like this attack. So, like again, whether that's true or not is irrelevant to the point because Kashmiris immediately in the wake of that completely condemned it entirely, and at the same time they immediately said we have nothing to do with this, so on and so forth, right? So that is a completely moot point.
So from what I understand, and I guess this is what Rohan is saying as well, which is that this is a direct byproduct of colonial occupation, or not colonial occupation, but just like military occupation over a region that has a different ethnicity and wants autonomy, whether that is led by more fundamentalist elements that have gotten training as a direct consequence of actions that America played in the region, and then this destabilization or this allowed groups like the one we're talking about right now to take control over the liberation movement and move it in whichever direction, to say like maybe they want to align with Pakistan or whatever. Doesn't necessarily matter, but it's a direct byproduct of a settler colonial military occupation
we've had
over the region.
344 people totally tune into this.
Whatever the like, obviously I'm gonna make one thing perfectly clear for chat. Obviously, the killing was horrific. The killing of innocent civilians is absolutely horrific. There's nothing that justifies that. Kashmiris will tell you this themselves. They literally protested, or they literally did a demonstration. So obviously, like, I'm not justifying any killing. Okay. Second of all, you're right. It is out and about a military. It is a military occupation. And I'm going to talk about one thing. I'm going to talk about a very similar conflict in this, because there's another liberation struggle here, because it's very similar, and there's a connection here. It's the Elam liberation struggle in Elam.
Bloc majority took over the poll.
So those two
oh my God, sorry, I was looking away right
because
now.
The Indian Army is
Infinite
involved
seats say they
in
wish.
Both
bloc majority,
instances.
infinite seats, brother. I'm telling you right now. I'm not here for a liberal majority. All right. I do not care one bit for liberal majority. I care for the bloc majority, sir. I am here for bloc majority. Wait, no, they didn't. Did they take over? No, they didn't. God damn it. I thought for a second bloc majority took over the poll. I thought for a second. I thought bloc majority took over the poll, and now I'm depressed. Okay, back to this. Sorry.
A lot of the stuff that the Indian Army is doing in Kashmir is very similar to what the Sri Lankan government has been doing to Tamils.
I've never
and also
streamed before.
Quite similar to what the Indian government has been doing to Tamils in Elam as well. So there are very stark similarities. There's been enforced disappearances, mass trigger warning sexual assaults, mass rapes here. What the Indian government has been doing to the Kashmiri people for decades is genuinely horrific. There's a podcast named after this phenomenon, where if you oppress a group of people long enough, there's something that is eventually going to come back at you and, you know, blow in a particular way. You know what I mean?
back?
There's a
Like
yeah,
blowback?
I know it's a crazy phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
This is what we're seeing here is a perfect example of blowback. What we're seeing is decades and decades and decades. Again, this is not justification. This is an observation of what is actually happening, right? What is going on here is that we are seeing decades upon decades upon decades of oppression of the Kashmiri people by the Indian state, right? And forced militarization. Again, Kashmir is one of the most militarized is the most militarized region in the world. Basically, you have the general gist of what's going on here. It is a complete military occupation. There are military checkpoints. There have been things such as the mass blinding campaign of Kashmiris, where when Kashmiris would go into the streets and protest for their liberation or for their independence or whatever, they would directly get attacked by the Indian military, and they would get rubber pellets shot into their eyes, and they would be permanently blinded by the Indian state. There's been a massive situation where the Indian government has been engaging in mass blinding campaigns of Kashmiris.
So this attack takes place,
Mhm.
and the Indian government springs into action. What are the events that unfolded since then? From what I
So-
understand, they canceled Pakistani visas, froze new applications, and perhaps even more consequentially, more significantly, they are revoking the Indus Waters Treaty. From what I understand, Pakistan has deemed India's suspension of the Indus Water Treaty an act of war following the deadly tourist attack in Kashmir's Pahalgam. Here's what you need to know about India's Indus Water Treaty freeze. This shuts off waterways into Pakistan because India is saying that the militant formations only happen under the watchful eye of Pakistan, right? Like that's what they're saying.
Yeah, so India is basically saying they've revoked the Indus Waters Treaty. They're trying to freeze water into Pakistan. This is idiotic red meat that Modi is throwing at his base. That is the entire that is basically what Modi said, and this entire thing about blocking water going into Pakistan is completely stupid because, as many in India have already pointed out, in order for that to happen, India.
I just want to say about this too. The entire conflict in Kashmir that started, that's like, well, it's been going on forever. But the reason why it's like escalating right now, right after JD Vance visits India and talks to Modi, the Pope dies when JD Vance shakes his hand, and war breaks out, or is about to break out in India and Pakistan right after JD Vance visits. I don't know what he's got in his aura, but JD Vance is causing global catastrophe everywhere he goes.
Has to build a dam.
Oh, they
to
don't
block
even. Oh, they don't even have a way to dam it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
I
just
thought
said
there
we're
was at least
blocking the
already
water
like a
to do-
dam.
Yeah, they need a dam to actually block the water. So they literally just said, "Hey, no, we're gonna block water going into Pakistan." And this is literally just he just said, "Yeah, we're just gonna block water going from going to
How are
Pakistan."
they gonna do it?
The entire thing is just him posturing on the situation. That's it.
This is so
Like, it's
Trump.
literally
coded.
just like,
This is such a Trump move, dude. Modi and Trump, incredible allies.
Yeah, it is. You haven't seen some of his speeches in Hindi. That's why that's what he says some really unhinged shit in Hindi. That's why. I mean, I don't speak Hindi, and I probably never will. But
Okay.
please highlight how the upturning of the autonomy of J&K led to this. Yes. So again, the other main accelerant is by 2019. At that point, I mean the special protections that Jammu and Kashmir had up until that very point had already basically been hollowed out. Any sort of special protections that J&K might have had, that Kashmir might have had, were already hollowed out by the Congress government at that point. And Congress had already been using, they already had laws on the books like UAPA, like Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, and especially Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which they'd actually deployed in the northeastern parts of India, which is Nagaland, Mizoram, so on and so forth, long before they'd actually started doing this in Kashmir as well. Basically, the long story short is that they have, at that point, Kashmiri's autonomy had already been eroded, whatever autonomy they might have had. But in 2019, India basically, Modi's government basically revoked Article 370, which was the
region autonomy. Because yeah, Kashmir and like the Kashmiri region is an autonomous state, I thought. The state of Jammu and Kashmir does not have internal sovereignty. What? So they take away sovereignty entirely? I thought... What does Google Earth say? Usually Google Earth is good at this. Jammu and Kashmir, region administered by India. Yeah, like I knew it was a region administered by India, but I didn't. I thought it had autonomy at least. Like the border lines are very different from the state borders in India. But yeah, no, they. Just a massive population here too. That's crazy.
The constitutional article that gave Kashmir these.
Okay, we're gonna circle back to Canada stuff. Sorry, I was just going through things there. Had my little default thing going on. My default background noise while I try to figure out stream stuff is Son. Okay, let's do. Search Canada and see what's trending right now. Yeah, of course, the Vancouver. New polls show Liberals within a striking distance of majority. Okay. Canada's role in a shifting global Prof G conversations. I haven't watched this yet. This one was entertaining. Okay. Video player will be blocked after one video. God damn it. I hate ad blocker. I hate this ad blocker.
Canadians want to get to know each other. They'll often come to Tim Hortons and have a coffee. There's one Canadian I haven't met yet that I've been looking forward to. Prime Minister Mark Carney. Prime Minister.
The whole specials on YouTube. It's a good special. Here we go. I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but I gotta turn my ad blocker off. Are you fucking with me? Okay. I don't even know how to do that. It's just like an automatic ad blocker too. Privacy security. Extensions maybe. Opera ad blocker. Options. Manage lists. I don't want to watch ads on YouTube, man. Details. Options. Manage exceptions. You're not an exception. Remove you. Remove you. I don't know why any of you are on here. I don't even know what you guys are. Google can stay. Google will get mad at me if I take them off that ad. I guess youtube.com.
The Hyundai Race to the
I
Cup
gotta watch
sales
ads
event
now.
is
God
back.
damn it.
Bring home the Hyundai Santa Fe. 2025's Canadian
Let my ad blocker not work.
On April 28th, millions of Canadians.
I do think the comedy in 22 minutes is way worse than SNL, but it's still entertaining. It's still entertaining. Because, yeah, SNL has at least like a few Gen Z on the writing team. This one is definitely, this is millennial humor. 22 minutes is all millennial humor. I don't get it, most of it.
Canadians will go to a high school gym to cast their ballots, and there'll be two questions on everyone's mind. One, what will the future of my country look like? And two, can I still do a layup? Well, this year, Elections Canada is excited to announce that we got the keys to the equipment room. Now when you cast your vote, we'll let you tool around on the court for a sec, maybe even take one or two shots. It's our way of saying thanks for making your voice heard.
Okay, 2 on 2. I got Dave.
And
thanks. Oh, hold up. I gotta stretch my knee first. Okay, we're shirts, your skins.
there's no way I'm skins. Okay, guys. You actually have to vote first, okay? That's the rule. Because this year, the stakes are higher than ever.
Got a ball. Nice. You get first ball.
Guys, you can't have the full court. I'll move it.
I'm open. Watch your man. Hey, watch your man. Hey, travel. That's a foul there.
Why are we doing this? Because we want to encourage everyone to make their voices heard. And we mean everybody. Yeah! Come on!
Hey, lady, huck us the ball.
Yeah, can you huck the ball over?
Huck us the damn ball, lady! Don't get the damn ball until you vote, okay? You have to vote! Because our forefathers died for your rights.
Got another ball.
I found badminton. Who wants to do badminton? Badminton! 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 Badminton!
Okay, badminton is such a goated. Badminton is the goated sport. The goated high school gym sport. I gotta be real with you. Wow, 2 people left when I said badminton is goated. Badminton haters. You guys hate badminton, don't you?
Welcome to our very first Canadian election special.
So we got a big decision to make on the 28th. There's a lot at stake. Our economy, our sovereignty, our sanity.
If you're an undecided voter, we're not going to try and influence you. See, we can't do that. If we do that, we got to do the same for all the other parties for balance. See, we can't do that. If we do that, we got to... We're not going to try and influence you. See,
Just threw vote NDP on the thing.
we can't do that. If we do that, we got to do the same for all the other parties for balance. If you're a decided voter, we promise no matter which party you support, we will make you question it.
During an election, there's a lot of misinformation, so we want you to get your misinformation from us.
Maybe you're just 18 and it's your first time marking that X. Congratulations.
This is a pencil. The sharp end goes down.
Yes, and this is a TV show. It's like a long TikTok.
Those are the jokes that I'm like, that's cringe. You could have left it there.
Like actually important, not like those.
It's a little cringe here and
Some
there.
of those elections could have been an email. I'm looking at you, 2021.
Let's get you caught up in case you haven't been following, Canada.
To do that, we need to go back to the last time power changed hands in this country, a decade ago.
October 19th, 2015. Justin Trudeau Nepo babies his way to a majority government. He promises sunny ways and zero national embarrassments. Trudeau comes in hot and progressive, appointing Canada's first gender-balanced cabinet.
Because it's 2015.
Putting a price on carbon and legalizing cannabis. Nice. And he would have passed electoral reform if he hadn't been stopped.
There is no clear path forward.
By Justin Trudeau, seen here waving goodbye to the ranked ballot.
But on the horizon are dark clouds, which is also the name of the makeup he used. The scandals pile up, and in 2019, the government shrinks to a minority.
Okay, that
Then
was good.
2020 hits.
It's a story we're following tonight, the spread of coronavirus.
I've been waiting on some good news. For the clouds to part and let the light shine through.
We hunker down, tend to our crops, wash our groceries, and finish Netflix. Trudeau calls an election to see what Canadians think of his beard. And we think, meh.
Clear mandate to get Canada through this pandemic.
Yeah, the 2021 election was... Everyone was freaking out like this for the 2021 election for nothing to change. Everyone was putting so much heat on the 2021 election, being like, guys, this election's going to change everything. This election is going to decide the future of Canada. And fucking nothing happened. Like, nothing happened after that election. I don't even think... I can't think of, like, a single policy that came from that election other than maybe dental.
Lockdowns take their toll on us, with hundreds descending on Ottawa to express their patriotism through honking and making redneck soup. The backlash grows when Trudeau uses the Emergencies Act to violate our charter right to park anywhere. His sunny ways are over. Angry, the people cry out for a hero, a normal human who understands the common Canadian.
Freedom, not fear.
Like, I gotta be real, I think if O'Toole was still the leader of the Conservatives, they might be winning right now. Like, Pierre's just not normal. He's so weird.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre surges in opinion polls thanks to his inspirational message.
Everything feels broken. Everything's broken in Canada.
Trudeau desperately reaches for help, and he finds it on his far left. Finally, uninsured Canadians can also be shamed for not flossing. But with housing prices skyrocketing and cauliflower becoming a status symbol, thanks to
just inflation,
our supply of confidence runs out.
I've ripped up the supply and confidence agreement.
Trudeau's friends, old and new, abandon him. The curtains are closing. And Poilievre is measuring for drapes in the PMO.
Why won't we have a carbon tax election now?
Pierre can taste
A
victory.
3-word slogan
It's crunchy.
election.
Only one thing, and Poilievre is measuring for drapes in the PMO.
Why won't we have a carbon tax election now?
Pierre can taste victory. It's crunchy. Only one thing could stop him from manifesting his destiny.
Canada would be much better off being a 51st state.
Oh no! Take over, Eli, just take over.
Actual manifest destiny.
As the sun rises on Trump's Second Reich, the sun sets on Prime Minister Trudeau. He says goodbye to the Canadian public and hello to Canadian Tire. The Liberals elect a new leader, Harvard hockey legend and Bermuda banking bad boy Mark Carney, who calls the election. But not before disarming Poilievre by axing his own party's carbon tax. Now, with an uncertain future, we have a choice to make. Will we trust in the steady hand of Pierre? Or the mature patriarch? Or other?
Big Daddy.
The choice is ours. Not for long, quite frankly.
Oh my god, ads. What do we think so far, chat? What do we think of the election special? What do we think of the 22 minutes election special so far? I think they're doing all right, personally. That was like a good little sum up of the past few years. But yeah, keep going.
Well, Canadians are heading to the polls, and many are wondering what makes a great prime minister. To find out, I'm joined by one of the greatest ever, the Right Honourable Jean Chrétien. Mr. Chrétien, thank you for being
Right
here.
Honourable
I'm
happy to
be with you. Mr. Prime Minister, now all these people are going to the polls. They're trying to decide, will this person be a good prime minister? Will that person be a good prime minister? What makes a good prime minister?
A guy who works hard and remain close to the people.
I remember, now you first ran for the leadership against Wilfrid Laurier, is that right?
Yeah.
And I remember, now if had you won that, your career would have been much different. You know, the Chateau Laurier would be the Chateau Chrétien, and of course you would have been on the $5 bill.
Oh my God.
These would have gone out had you won. What was that like, running against Mr. Laurier?
Oh, he would have probably defeated me.
Some people are giving Mr. Carney a hard time because they say his French isn't good enough. Do you need to be bilingual to be prime minister? Because you never really learned English.
Neither French.
Mr. Poilievre says
he wants to kick you out. He wants you to be an unemployed guy.
He wants to get rid of the CBC.
Yeah, but not the French one.
No,
Radio-Canada.
That's what he says in French. In English, it doesn't matter. They always say one thing in French, one thing in English.
Yeah, but they are Tories. They speak on both sides of their mouth. Something I cannot do.
Mr. Poilievre, he talks about building a big pipeline, east-west across the country. Some Canadians say we can't do these big projects anymore because the provinces, it's too hard to get the provinces to agree. Years ago, Mr. John A. Macdonald, he gave us the Canadian Pacific Railway. You opposed that. Here you are with him.
Oh, yeah.
But you managed to make it work. How do we get the provinces to work together?
You know, it's more complicated for an oil pipeline. It's more dangerous, but a gas pipeline, I think they can have it quite easily now.
Now, right now we're having a hard time with our American neighbors, but it's not the first time. There was a time when the Americans wanted us to go invade Iraq with them. You stood up defiantly. You said no. And before that, in the War of 1812, you lit the match that burned down the White House.
Yeah, you know, when it attacked Canadian, it's what happened to you.
And do you think we can be friends again with the Americans?
Yes. You know, the first and main problem is to stand up to the Americans. And I think that we will do reasonably well because they need us.
Mr. Poilievre has said recently that Canada is broken. Right now, Canadians are coming together like never before because of this American threat. Is Canada broken?
Absolutely not. You know, I propose that we should give the order of Canada to Trump because he has helped us to unite so much.
I do find it funny that all the liberals this is the reason why conservatives don't like why people move away from the liberals. Yeah, Canada isn't broken, yeah, but there's a lot of shit going on, and Jean's just sitting here going, "Nah, Canada's perfect. Actually, I think Canada's going great, and we should keep doing this." And that just comes across way too bad. Like it doesn't come across well, especially when people are struggling to afford groceries and struggling to pay rent. Jean saying Canada isn't broken. Like, it's very easy for Pierre to just go, "No, there's shit wrong and I'm going to fix it," when he's just pretending like nothing's happening. But that's my thoughts on the liberal attitude to that.
Absolutely. Nobody has done more for Canada in the last little while than Donald Trump.
Yeah, but when I said that, one guy said to me, "Jean, you cannot succeed to have it for him." I said, "I can't."
Why not?
Because you cannot have the order of Canada when you have a criminal record.
Before we go, for old time's sake, could you do me a favor?
Which one?
Would you give me a Shawinigan handshake? Oh, you still got it!
I switched from due dates to due dates.
I miss my ad blocker. Why did YouTube do that? Why did they do that?
So, how is my tough on crime messaging hitting with the voters?
Very well, sir. Canadians are worried about crime.
They're scared and they want someone to do something about it.
Excellent. That's why I'm excited to unveil my next step in the war on crime. May I present to you my own homemade RoboCop. I made a RoboCop. Isn't he beautiful? 600 pounds of Canadian aluminum and steel fused with the ideological purity of a conservative backbencher.
Is that Greg?
It was Greg. Now it's an unholy blend of man and machine built to dispense disproportional justice.
Maybe we'll work on the description a little
I
bit.
think it's absolutely perfect.
Okay.
What do you say we turn this guy on? Hi, RoboCop. Wakey, wakey. It's your goddaddy.
I am here to serve.
So, what do we think?
Honestly, he is more likable than some of our candidates.
What does he eat?
Same thing I eat. Flavorless protein paste. Try some. Have.
Efficient.
Watch this. RoboCop, what are your prime directives?
Axe the tax. Canada first. Bring it home.
Congratulations, sir. This is going to play very well in the suburbs.
He's absolutely perfect.
But is it safe?
Of course. It's only programmed to eliminate threats to the public order.
Threat identified.
Oh, God.
Threat identified.
Oh, no. He's turned into a woke liberal. Oh, no. Put the women and children in front of me. Women and children in front of me.
The Green Party was formed in 1983 under the faulty assumption that if people knew about climate change, they would try to stop it. Those were the days. They want Canada to join the Norwegian-German Type 212 CD submarine development process. So they're not just all about trees and stuff. The Greens maintain a small carbon footprint by keeping their seats in Parliament to an absolute minimum. So vote Green if you want your vote to be net zero.
That was good.
The Green Party is trying something new this campaign. 2 leaders. If you have no idea who's in charge, guess what? Neither do they.
Le politicien qui avait, tu sais, même s'ils étaient à droite, à gauche, peu importe, il y a notre directeur de campagne nationale qui fait avec le reste de l'équipe un travail extraordinaire.
En français, c'est en direct.
C'est en direct. Oui, merci. C'est aujourd'hui que ça commence. Thank you.
That looks like the most awkward episode of 90 Day Fiancé ever.
Well, you're going to be green with envy because I am here with the co-leaders of the Green Party, Jonathan Bedno and Elizabeth May. We're heading into an election. What are the big key issues for the Green Party right now?
Affordability, the threat of Trump. We're still seeing the same old parties proposing the same old solutions, and we know they don't work.
We do appreciate recycling, but we do see a lot of the same policies over and over again from the same guys.
What is your goal in the upcoming election? Is it to get more seats than leaders this time? You have a lot of great environmental platforms, and you know,
Right now, there are a lot of endangered species that we had to protect. Speaking of which, what do you think of the NDP?
I wish them well, but
But not that
the Orange Crush is not going in the direction they want.
You mean feeling more lime crush. You keep coming back too. I mean, you've retired and come back several times. You're you're like Michael Jordan if Michael Jordan came in 5th all the time.
I'm baby boomer. The reason I'm not going away is because I've got grandkids, and I'm mad as hell.
This guy's really
We're in
good.
a climate crisis, and the rest of the parties have decided, oh, it's too dangerous to talk about it. It's too divisive. Well, I mean, look, I'm sorry. If there's science that says you've got to do something to ensure your grandchildren have a livable world, you have to act. I'm going to keep fighting because I've got grandkids. It means I have a moral obligation. All you grandparents out there, it's time for us to rise up and be more radical.
There you go. Now take the training wheels off now and let him say goodbye by himself.
Oh my God.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Doctors say news about tariffs and market instability can hurt our mental health, and the rest of the news just finishes the job. There are plenty of ways to deal with stress. Exercise, meditation, smashing the hell out of stuff. A rage room in Halifax is offering a controversial way to cope.
Owner Terry LeBlanc is giving customers a free frame photo of U.S. President Donald Trump to smash.
That sounds really fun, but is it a healthy way to vent? What good can come from smashing stuff?
Frame photos of J.D. Vance and Elon Musk are available as a pair for $5, 100% of which will be donated to Feed Nova Scotia.
Ah, charity, you say? I am here with Terry, the owner of Rage Room Halifax. So people can just go around, pick different appliances and different items, and just take them back to it. Is that what happens?
Bat, crowbar, whatever things we might have here.
I feel like I need to go to a rage room
Terry,
sometimes.
so you're saying I can just pick whatever I want and just okay, all right, just been on hold and just waiting. I press all the buttons, that doesn't work. Right, that'll go in there, perfect, yeah. Well, if it isn't our 3 stars of rage, yeah, you're going in the bucket, bud. Ooh, look who this is. Okay, and of course, our shining star right here. I can feel it. I can feel it building, you know what I mean? Let's get me suited up. Yeah, that should work nicely. No, I did tap it. No, I did. I tapped it twice.
It's fucking me at work all the time, just yelling at my machine.
I gotta tell you, it feels way better than I thought it would. I feel like I got all my rage out. For 22 minutes, I'm Trent McClellan. What are you looking at, you smug son of a...
Are we enjoying the 22 minutes so far, chat? How is it?
Jagmeet Singh promised he could boost revenue for increased spending by taxing the extremely rich. And you were asked to call Crime Stoppers if you have any information as to his whereabouts.
Meet the NDP. Whoops, now that you've met them, you're on their mailing list for life. They were formed in 1961 by Kiefer Sutherland's, I want to say, uncle? Thanks to vote splitting on the left, the NDP have won many elections for the Conservatives. They're currently led by Jagmeet Singh, the only federal party leader with more TikTok followers than votes.
Leave us alone. The NDP are already suffering enough this year. Why must you torture us?
Their platform is filled with great ideas that they can only hope the Liberals will steal. They're the party for you if you still have hope for a better world. You beautiful, naive fool.
The election is underway. The candidates are hitting the...
Please, please. Please, just let us, just give us our health care. That's all I want. Please.
Road, and I'm joined by NDP leader Jagmeet Singh. Sir, good to see you.
Great to see you, sir.
Congratulations, because now with Justin Trudeau gone, you are without a doubt the sexiest party leader, and you're leaning into it. Your campaign ads are like you boxing, all glistening and hitting the bag. Oh no, my bun fell out. I'm tired again.
Yes, TikToks are insane, by the way.
You do know the difference between a platform and a thirst trap, don't you?
Listen, whatever it takes for people to know that I'm in it for them, that I'm fighting for them, we're ready to do it.
We're here on the NDP.
Jagmeet's campaign is just hype moments and aura. That's it. That's all they got. All they got on the NDP is hype moments and aura. No seats, though. No seats because of strategic voting. No seats. Hype moments and aura. That's it.
The bus, which is very exciting. You rarely fly. You're usually taking the bus. Is that because this is the most seats you could possibly have in an election? A bus is a bit like an NDP campaign.
Leave us
in that
alone.
both things can be very hard to turn around at this point. How are things going?
Things are going great. We have a really, I think, powerful message.
Recently, a former NDP leader, Tom Mulcair, said that this is really a two-party race and that the NDP should just get out of the way. Is this the bus he threw you under?
Well, first of all, I think he's absolutely wrong.
What would you say to NDP
Leave
voter
my boy alone.
who is so worried about Pierre Poilievre winning that they're thinking of strategically voting for the Liberals for the first time? Like, what would you say to almost every NDP voter?
I'm hearing more and more that people are turning away from Pierre Poilievre. They're saying, you know what, his plan's a cut. That's not good for me. That's not good for my family. It's not good for the country. But now they're hearing from Mark Carney kind of a lot of talk about cutting services to give tax breaks for the richest. And they're worried about that. So if you're someone worried about Mark Carney cutting your health care or cutting your pensions, vote for a New Democrat.
Well, Jagmeet, you know, I think Canadians have a lot to be thankful for to you. You got a lot done. You got us pharmacare. You got us dental care, which might be good because you might need free dental care soon. Who knows the way these things go. But in the last election, you were voted as Canada's most likable party leader. Let's hope this time nice guys don't finish last.
Hey, thanks so much.
The Bloc might.
The Bloc Québécois started in 1991 as a just for laughs.
Actually, I just realized there's a possibility. Is there a possibility the Greens could be the NDP at all? Okay, no. Yeah, the Greens are not beating the NDP. Okay. I was gonna say, if the NDP finish they better finish third again. Please. They're probably gonna get no seats though. God, 5. Oh God. 5 seats. Oh God. 5 seats projected. Oh my God. It's so over. It's over, chat. God. The good days were over, chat. No more fun. No more fun. We're gonna lose official parties. We're gonna lose official party status. We're gonna lose official party status. Nod is mid? What's nod? Oh, do you mean NDP or? NDP, yeah. NPD. NPD is the French one. Nouveau Parti Démocrate, I think is what it is. But, yeah. God. We're losing. We're so down.
That got wildly out of hand. They believe in Quebec's sovereignty.
Nice guys don't fit.
The Bloc Québécois started in
Bloc majority, bloc majority, bloc majority.
1991 as a just for laughs gag that got wildly out of hand. They believe in Quebec's sovereignty and Celine Dion's supremacy and are currently led by Yves-François Blanchet.
The GOAT.
Brought to you.
The GOAT. The GOAT. My GOAT. Yves-François Blanchet. My GOAT. I'm typing. Are you watching me at the Viking Inn right now, Thunder? That's crazy. Live from the Viking Inn, Gimli, Manitoba. Go and Thunder will give you free alcohol.
You by LensCrafters. The party is committed to protecting Francophone culture from the dual threats of pipelines
doxing him.
and immigrants. And if you don't speak
Bloc majority will be better. Yes. Block majority,
Blanchet.
please.
Brought to you by LensCrafters. The party is committed to protecting Francophone culture from the dual threats of pipelines and immigrants. And if you don't speak French, they're probably not for you. Their words, not ours.
The road to being Prime Minister goes through Quebec, which is why it is filled with potholes that will never get fixed. Whoever wins the election will have to answer to the Bloc Québécois and their leader, Yves-François Blanchet.
I can offer to be a partner if Quebec is respected in its differences.
So what are those differences? To understand Quebec's je ne sais quoi, we asked Bloc Québécois candidate Rose Lessard to describe her province in 3 words.
She's a great candidate. I love Rose Lessard.
Liberté, culture, français.
Oh, I was close. Mine were mafia owns construction. So what?
Leave Quebec alone. All right, they've been through enough. Why must they hurt my bloc and my NDP?
Which of the 2 frontrunners will rendezvous best with Quebec? Lessard said this about Polyev.
Mais une qualité qu'on pourrait lui donner, c'est qu'on le connaît. on le connaît, c'est déjà ça. Puis un défaut que je pourrais trouver, c'est aussi qu'on le connaît.
Pierre, you just got flambéed. Polls show the Liberals surging in the province, but Lessard says Mark Carney has yet to fully get Quebec. She's willing to work with him.
Je l'inviterais à venir passer une fin de semaine en Gaspésie ou aux Îles-de-la-Madeleine ou même dans notre capitale nationale à Québec. Puis ça va me faire plaisir de faire découvrir la poutine, nos artistes québécois, puis notre slang.
Take her up on it, Mark. Make a weekend of it and discover Quebec's famous hangovers. Unfortunately for the Bloc, support is down in this election thanks to Trump's threats, because you can't separate from Canada if there's no Canada. Trump's been called a lot of things, but I've never heard him called this.
Hurluberlu. C'est un peu quelqu'un qui est un drôle de personnage. Ouais. Un hurluberlu. C'est un peu quelqu'un.
A lot of things, but I've never
I need that
heard
one more
him
time.
called this.
Hurluberlu. Oh. Hurluberlu. Hurluberlu.
Hurluberlu.
Hurluberlu. Hurluberlu.
C'est un peu quelqu'un qui est un drôle de personnage. Ouais, un drôle de personnage. C'est un hurluberlu.
Un hurluberlu. That means an eccentric, a scatterbrain, a weirdo, someone who acts in a careless manner. So even if we sometimes don't see eye to eye with Quebec, we're all united when it comes to this friggin' hurluberlu.
We're here at the Federal Leaders Debate in Montreal, an event so important, so consequential, that it had to be moved up to avoid conflicting with the Habs game. 22 Minutes is here on the scene.
Forgot about
and
that.
much like the Green Party, we are not allowed to go inside.
Okay, no, attack the Greens. That was kind of funny that they didn't get allowed into the that they weren't allowed into the debate.
There he is, Jagmeet Singh, looking happy, great teeth, great dental care. That's just about the only thing he's got going for him at this point. Jagmeet, have fun in there. No pressure whatsoever. Yves-François Blanchet, the cock of the block. The buttons are all done up right now, but I'm predicting a deep V as the night goes on. Yves-François, reopen Club Super 6! Reopen Club Super 6! There he is, the madman of the hour, emerging from his travel coffin, Pierre Polyev. Pierre, don't be nervous. They're just journalists. They can't hurt you. And there he is, Big Daddy himself. He's happy, he's smiling. It's like he's died and gone to tax haven. Hey, bon chance, Mr. Prime Minister. That means good luck. There he goes. Sneaky Mark Carney, absolutely sneaking in the front door. Well, we're in the home stretch, and the leaders are making their final pitch to the nation. Other than Jonathan Pedno, who will be watching the debates on his phone at Schwartz's Deli. For 22 Minutes, I'm Dan Dilbow.
For the sake of balance, we have to list all the good things about the People's Party. This has been more time than the People's Party deserves.
Valid.
We pretty much take it all. Fridges and dishwashers, couches.
Like, the People's Party is funny. I don't know. I just think they're funny that they exist.
First time voter.
Oh my God, you're almost 40 and you've never voted? What the hell?
Oh my God. That makes me sick.
Ew, you're a dumb woman.
No. I've voted before.
Canada's Got Talent doesn't count.
Okay, so I haven't voted before.
Oh, she's admitting it.
Ew, she's so disengaged.
Ew, she's such a dumb woman.
No, I'm just always out of town.
Oh my God, she doesn't know you can just mail it in. Gross.
No, I'm just really excited to vote for the next Prime Minister.
Oh my God, she thinks you vote for the Prime Minister directly?
You don't?
No, you vote for your MP. How do you not know that? You're almost 50.
I'm 40.
This 50-year-old is voting for the first time.
Oh, you suck. You suck.
You terrible.
Really?
Being a first-time voter will never be this bad. So get out and vote. And if they ask, just say you moved or whatever.
You guys don't understand. I just moved.
Oh, you should have led with that.
Welcome.
That's different.
You look 30.
Thank you. The original Conservative Party of Canada was formed in 1867 by a skilled coalition of drunken fur trappers and monocle enthusiasts. But its current version was formed in 2003 as a merger between the Progressive Conservatives and your uncle's Facebook page. Their first leader was Stephen Harper, who was the Prime Minister for 9 years, which is also the number of times he blinked while in office. Their current leader is Pierre Poilievre, a man who hates the government so much he devoted his life to it. And since taking over, he has remade the party in his own image, jacked and furious.
Pierre Poilievre is a fierce defender of free speech, and this election he cracked down on its greatest threat, questions. Reporters are not allowed to tag along on a Conservative campaign bus and plane. We'll see about that, said Ian.
I wonder if they talk about the corral.
Hannah Mansing from the overhead bin. One CBC journalist even said it has been the most controlled campaign he's ever worked on. He delivered the message through Morse code blinks.
Yeah, I wonder if they talk about the
there's
cage.
Every day on the Conservative campaign trail, journalists face horrible reporting conditions, and it has to stop. Abandoned by their networks, they're stuffed into a 6x6 pen while Pierre Poilievre abuses them verbally from football fields away. With only one mic to fight over, they've lived off scraps for weeks. Hi, I'm a Sarah McLachlan adjacent celebrity who is cheaper to book. Will you be an angel for a helpless reporter? For the price of just one coffee a day, you can buy them a coffee.
What?
I don't want a coffee.
All they want is a simple coffee.
No, we just want to get out of here. I mean, I have a degree.
There's no bathroom in here.
Call the number below and buy a cold, wet, starving, imprisoned, educated, but silenced journalist a coffee. It's the least you can do.
Whose side are you on?
I'm not taking questions.
Are you Sarah McLachlan?
I said no questions.
With the Poilievre campaign.
My God, I wonder if I can find a picture of it. I don't really care about this one. The Conservative reporter pen is so funny to look at. Because that's literally what it is. No, not that. Okay, reporter cage. God damn it, did they not do that? What the fuck? Conservative. I can't find it then. I'll find it later. But no, it's so funny. They do just stuff them in a cage.
How close could we get?
I'm Peter Anthony, and I'm on the hunt for Pierre Poilievre. The team at 22 Minutes needed someone to go undercover with a very specific trait. Looking kind of conservative. It was time for Mission Pierre Impossible. My team and I had to look the part, so we made shirts and posters, tracked his flight, then secretly mic'd me up. The goal, touch him. Or at least, give him a gift that would touch him.
Pierre, come say hello. Pierre, I know you're in there.
Pierre! Hey, you got a gift. The rally, I got a gift for you. Come on, you're the common sense hero. I got close enough to smell his bus, but he denied my gift. I would have to up my game and try again in a rally full of real conservatives. Pierre! 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 Pierre!
Is this actually the chant thing? Just Pierre?
What unites us is the Canadian promise that anyone from anywhere can achieve anything. Canada first for a change. Let's bring it home!
Like Peter Anthony for 22 minutes. You haven't returned our emails. Are you okay? We've been checking out the polls. We got a shirt for you. Pierre, it's for you. It's all for you. The common
Why did he
sense
say?
hero.
I think in that moment he got nervous. He should not have said he was from 22 minutes. Pierre knows what 22 minutes is. He should have just said, "Dude, I got you this sweater. Look."
Pierre, don't you want PP on your chest?
Oh no. Yeah, he didn't commit to the bit. He didn't commit to the bit. He had to commit to the bit.
Peter Anthony for 22 minutes. Please, Pierre. You haven't returned our calls. I have new slogans, Pierre. Flare the hair. Prayers for Pierre. Here's one Kearney will hate. I can speak French.
Thank you, Sue. God love you. Let's bring it home. Hope and change. Thank you.
Bye, Pierre. In the end, I felt completely ignored. Just like the real jerk.
I think it's just the way his name is pronounced, Pierre, as a massive chant just sounds so not cool. I don't know.
I didn't take my gift, but we did find him, so I guess in the end, I'm the only one with PP on my chest. For 22 minutes, I'm Peter Anthony.
Having fun. We might take a break after this one for a bit and then go back on live later tonight. Who's to say?
Carney has a plan to Trump-proof Canada. The plan? Really big doorknobs.
The Liberals are often referred to as the natural governing party of Canada by the Liberals. Current leader Mark Carney is promising a bold new vision for the party, being good at money. He swears his party will repair the damage done by whichever reckless idiots were in charge for the last decade. If you like your progress to be staggeringly slow and extremely expensive, this is the party for you.
Prime Minister Mark Carney. Who is he? We asked his confidants, friends, and rivals, and what we found shocked us. How long have you known Mark Carney?
20, 25 years.
And there's something you think Canadians should know about him?
Yeah. Mark Carney friggin' sucked at hockey.
Mark Carney has used his days of playing goalie to gain the trust of Canadians. But this whistleblower says things aren't that simple.
Yeah, Buddy was a friggin' sieve, right? Like 5-hole, top shelf, blocker side. If you shot it, it was going in. I don't even think Buddy could skate backwards.
So you're saying he's been dishonest about his past?
I'm saying the only reason that he played goal was because he needed the net to stand up.
And if Carney was willing to obscure the truth about this part of his past, what else would he do it for?
There was one time where he was looking the wrong way the whole game. Mark Butt, you're a goalie. There's only one way to look. What are you looking the other way for?
And you think he might be looking the other way when it comes to conflicts of interest between his assets and private capital and his duties in government?
One time, Coach pulled him, and he went to the other team's bench.
Average
And as our
milk boy
interview
fan.
drew to a close, I realized this man was scared.
This feels mean. Can you, like, blur out my face and do the voice thing and stuff?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Buddy couldn't stop a beach ball, right? Like, he was like Swiss cheese.
When Canadians want to get to know each other, they'll often come to
My
Tim
goat
Hortons
is
and have a
back. My
coffee.
goat
There's
is
one
back.
Canadian I haven't met yet that I've been looking forward to, Prime Minister Mark Carney. Prime Minister, thanks for doing this.
It's great to do it.
Tim Hortons order says a lot about a person. It says a lot about their personality. You're a banker, so I'm going to guess more reserved. I'm going to guess small, black, nothing in it, an old-fashioned plain donut.
Nailed it.
All right, 2 of those, please. Ordinary Canadian just buying a Timmy's with his signature on the money. That's for you. Keep the change. So you've had a pretty average Canadian life, Harvard goalie, central banker, and then prime minister. Standard stuff.
Standard stuff. Well, you know, there's no typical Canadian life. I born in the Northwest Territories, grew up in Edmonton, and then some of those other things happened.
You end up in a lot of crises. When you were a governor of the Bank of Canada, we had the big recession. When you were governor of Bank of England, they had Brexit. You're the prime minister, we have a trade war. Is it you?
It's the other way around. I come in to fix these things. That's...
it's not just luck.
It's not just... no, it's not just luck.
Now, of course, you're famously a central banker. How do bankers budget? Do you want to balance the budget, and or do you want to maybe save some money by incorporating Canada in the Cayman Islands? How do you plan to do it?
So this is not a time to waste any money, but at the same time, you want to get the country moving. We got to build millions of homes. We got to build out clean energy. We got to build out perhaps some pipelines. We've got to build out new trade corridors to Europe and to Asia. You spend a bit of money, you provide a lot of clarity, and then what happens is the private sector comes in real scale. We can give ourselves, Mark, way more than Trump can ever take away.
Is it time for us to say enough with this sharing everything with the states? I mean, you dealt with Brexit. Is it time for a Canuck it? Should we just say Canuck it? Knock off. We're doing our own thing.
In some respects, Trump, you got to take him seriously. Take him literally and seriously. And so when he says the thing about our sovereignty...
Gonna make you the 51st state, quite frankly, you're the governor.
He doesn't call me that.
What the hell did you say to him? Because before all this, he was saying it's the 51st state, quite frankly, they're very weak. They're gonna call him the prime minister's the governor.
Guarantee you it's just because he threatened to sell the bonds. He threatened to sell the bonds, and that's why he started being nice.
You had a phone call with him, and he's like, the prime minister's not that bad. He's very smart. I'm looking for... Do you have, new Polaroids of him? I don't want to see him. But do you have them? What the hell did you say to him?
Well, one of the things... Look, he respects strength. And...
yeah, but what'd you say?
Well, first...
Now, some people said that we have American bonds, and that you maybe threatened to sell those off to kind of hurt the American dollar. And is there any truth in that?
I couldn't possibly comment, but that's like...
Recently, at one of your rallies, a lady shouted out, "Lead us, Big Daddy." And people say you have...
I've never met that woman
before. Well, people say you have Big Daddy energy. And Reuters, the reputable news agency, recently said that you have a blend of tough talk and bland competence, which is, I think, a way of saying... they find you boring.
When I was appointed governor of the Bank of England, whatever it was, 10 years ago.
Humble brag. Go ahead. I know. It's just I don't know. I like to go around and bank places. Yeah.
The Queen.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Me, the Queen, Paul McCartney.
Flexing all of his friends.
The Queen said to the UK Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron,
I'm sorry. Let me get that name. No, go ahead. So you had a story. Yeah,
I had a story. No, when I was appointed governor of the Bank of England, the Queen said, "Oh, good, a Canadian. They're very reliable." So it wasn't about me. It was just that's how she viewed Canadians.
Well, I don't know about the election, but we're at Tim Hortons, so let's see if you won anything.
Oh, this is always tense. No, there must be some mistake.
What's it say?
It's broken.
No, it
says, sorry, wait until 28th.
So we can't tell if you won yet. As they say at Tim Hortons, if you don't win this time, sorry, try again. Prime Minister, thanks for doing this.
My pleasure, Mark.
Okay, interesting interview there. Oh, I got another ad. I miss my ad blocker. How we feeling, chat? How's the energy right now?
We are entering the next section of our debate tonight, what we're calling the leader's choice. Each of you will get the chance to ask a question, any question, of any other leader.
Me first. I'll go first. I've dreamed of this moment since I was a little boy collecting my first pension check. All right. My question is for Sneaky Carney. As Justin's economic advisor, you ruined the economy. Now you're ruining my campaign. You ruined everything. Sorry, I don't have a question. Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
If I may. Firstly, and first off, Justin Trudeau's gone. Secondly, which is my second point, the carbon tax is gone. And thirdly, Big Daddy's gonna lead you.
The Liberals.
Now, Mr.
The
Poilievre,
Liberals, they're lipped
you
up right now.
refuse to get your top secret security clearance. Why?
Because if I do, I'd be gagged. And I don't want to be gagged. I tried it and I didn't like it, okay?
Pierre can't be
Look,
gay, guys.
Canada, my rallies were so big that I didn't get to shake all of your greasy, calloused hands and hear your depressing as hell stories.
If I may, what's his face doing?
I'm trying to well up. I've never done this emotion before. Look, come on, Pierre, focus your moisture in here.
Look, if I could respond. Firstly, this is my finger, this is my thumb, and I'm crushing your head.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No.
I'm actually blocking it. I am.
I crushed it.
No, I blocked it.
Votre tête est écrasée.
No, I threw up the blocks.
No.
Stop it, okay? Mr. Carney here thinks he can handle Trump. But Trump wants him to win. Only I can deal with Trump.
Say my name 3 times and I appear like Beetlejuice. I really do. This election is all about me and the elephant in the room. And by elephant, I mean Republican. You guys need me. People hate me so much that I make you both look like reasonable alternatives. Carney, we're both multi-millionaire pretend outsiders. Join me in making Canada the 51st state.
No, there will always be a Canada. You can't tell, but I am being passionate, and I'm sorry for screaming.
Pierre, we both have huge crowd sizes, the biggest ever, they say, and we hate the fake news. You're my mini-me.
Must not cry tears of joy.
When this election is over, I'm gonna get all crazy again, so whoever wins is gonna be a big loser. Now, excuse me, I've gotta go back to a hot netherworld of lost souls.
Hell?
Mar-a-Lago, hit it!
Oh.
He's actually ruined this song for me. If I hear this song is ruined for me because of the Mar-a-Lago dances.
Glass Tiger frontman Alan Frew recently shared a video of his love song to Canada. At a time when everything is so political, he promises this song doesn't vote.
that was the
This
song,
song
and it's
chooses
over.
no side.
Okay. So yeah, that's 22 minutes. Actually, I'll leave it on.
Here's Alan Frew with Free to Be Strong and Free.
I'll leave it on like I used to watch it.
From the Isle of Vancouver to the Labrador Sea, one nation that lives strong and free. Well, I'm free to be me. From the songs of the prairies to the call of the ponds, heroes of times come and gone. But the memories go on and on and on. Oh, this is Canada's song. Oh, where my heart belongs. Where you're free to be a dreamer, free to be who you are, free to believe in your star, free to go far. Oh, this is Canada's song. Oh, where my heart belongs. Oh, where we're free to be. Oh, we're strong.
long is his song? Okay. That is the 22 minutes episode for today. For the election. We're gonna do maybe like we'll go for 15 more minutes, and then we're gonna take I'm gonna take a break. I'll end the stream to go eat food or something, and I might be back on later tonight. But tomorrow we will definitely be streaming way, way longer. Tomorrow I will try to be live all day, which is going to be definitely an experience, I'll say. Okay, let's start the poll in Canada. This is his final polls, his final federal polls. Slowly but surely getting the final polls in, yeah. Slowly the final polls are here. Final model update will be later today to allow for final polls to come in. Let's check the Canada polling website. Okay, let's look at it. What is it? All right, I don't know what that means. But yeah, the polls for the final day of the election still have a liberal minority at the moment, I believe. Like, there's a few that have, like, switched back onto, what are the stars? I don't know what the stars mean. A star indicates the last poll issued by a company. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. So yeah, these are the things, the polls right now. And what does that translate to on the map? I hate this map. I forgot how much I didn't like this map, actually. Why did I pull up this map? Let's look at House of Commons. Oh, it's not there yet. Okay. It's like make your own map, I guess. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, what does the 2021 election look like? Here was 2021. Toronto was still, yeah, I think it's going to be this again. I think it might just be, I don't know if it's going to be Liberal majority. It kind of looks the same, minus like BC. Like BC flipping conservative is crazy on the island. I was never expecting that. BC going more conservative, insane. Edmonton might be losing those. Quebecois, the bloc fall off. Bloc majority is over, I think. Like, it's either a liberal majority or a liberal minority, I think, at the moment. At the moment, that's what I think. But yeah, let's look at some more. See if there's any updated things the past hour. What's our GOAT national meme board doing? What's he talking about? Still talking about the other thing. The only way the CPC can lose if it's rigged. Oh my God, they're already doing it. The Hogs are already saying they're doing Canadian January 6th. That's crazy. Because they would do that. I do think if it is a liberal majority, there's going to be a whatchamacallit. Liberal majority will. Cars are lined up for 2 kilometers. Yeah, Daisy Media's bias as hell, though. What does the Dawn of Vaughn have to say about this? Pierre looking at the polls. God damn it. Canadian patriotism.
We're over
Final
the shock.
Carney hype moments.
We're over the shock of the betrayal, but we should never forget the
hype
lessons.
moments in Aura.
We have to look out for ourselves. We have to look out for each other. We will build an independent future for our country, stronger than ever. We will stand up for our history, our values, and our sovereignty. We will stand together to build Canada strong. Canada free. Canada forever.
Turn up the volume on that real quick. Who was the other one that I wanted to look at? Polling Canada, Dawn of Vaughn. Who else did I have up? God damn it, I forgot. It wasn't National Meme Board, it was someone else. Actually, I don't want to look at I don't even know who I follow. forget, but it was another funny person. Okay, whatever. Donna Vaughn and National Meme Board is enough. But yeah, I think that's where it's looking today so far. Odds of reaching 172 seats. Okay. The Liberal... That's crazy. So, potential coalitions is... Yeah, there's not going to be a CPC block. Why would you even pull this? CPC NDP coalition? That would be crazy. But yeah, no. It's either Liberal majority or Liberal bloc minority, which does mean, in chat, you might not like this because you guys clearly are not Eve fans. I'm an Eve fan. Glory to Yves François Blanchet. Glory to the Bloc Québécois. Glory to the Bloc Québécois. Bloc majority will win. I wonder if there's a Bloc Québécois playlist. Quebec to Bloc. Quebec nostalgia. What would be the Bloc Québécois anthem? Chat. Bloc Québécois anthem. Theme song of the Bloc for elections. Is this it?
Je l'ai, tu l'as, on l'a tout, faut juste qu'on s'inaugure.
It's not beating tomorrow belongs to us.
His mouse backpack is the...
God damn it. What is Kimi Antonelli doing on my screen? Why is Kimi Antonelli on my screen right now? What is this? Demande-nous options.
Ensemble on peut le faire, le pays qu'il nous faut, grand comme le grand air et fort comme l'eau. Des années de silence, on est
Bloc majority. Bloc majority. No matter what. This bloc majority or bust. Bloc majority or bust. This is what I'm hoping for. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. I need a trap remix of Bloc Québécois. Okay, that's enough of that for now. That's enough for now. But yeah, chat, I am here for the Bloc Québécois and the Bloc majority that will take over our country tomorrow. Bloc majority for the win. Okay? Bloc majority all night. Anyone who doesn't vote conservative... I don't know why that doesn't appear there on my thing. Some of the chats don't go through properly. I don't know why. They appear on the chat box, but they don't go through anywhere else. Like, I don't know who chatted that. Unless... where's this right now? Yeah, that's here. Anyone who doesn't vote conservative is a fake Canadian and will never be truly one of us. Who even said that? I can't even read who said that. Because it's not appearing in my chat box. I can close this, I guess, now. Because I'm not going back to that. But yeah. I don't know what to tell you there, pal. From Harlan Colby. Okay. Why don't you appear in my chat? It doesn't show you appearing in my chat, but that's okay. He's a fake Canadian, will never truly be one of us. Well, that's your opinion, dog. But yeah. I will vote for the St. Bede block. The Saint Boniface Bloc Québécois will one day rule this great nation. Bloc majority. Bloc majority. What is the... I just don't know enough about Quebec culture. I need somebody to tell me, like, a Quebec meme. Queb du Blas. I feel like these all gotta be. Like, this one's definitely DMCA. Like, all of these are DMCA. Like, yeah, it's DMCA. That's how I get DMCA'd. I need a Bloc majority song. Bloc majority song to intro. Bloc majority. Bloc majoritaire. Okay, we got Bloc majoritaire here. I don't know any of these. La Reine. Montreal. No. What's the first one he put in here? Name more energy than that. Degenerations. I need a better Bloc majority song. Saskatchewan? Why is Saskatchewan in the Bloc majority playlist? What are you doing here, Saskatchewan? Is there any other Bloc majority songs? I spelled majority wrong, didn't I? God damn it. How did I spell Bloc majority wrong twice? Twice. I can't spell. I literally have it right here too. Majority. Come on, give me the Bloc majority. All. We all. I want to see. Le viral classics of Quebecois. I don't know what that means. These all seem old. I need some Bloc majority in my life. Chat, does anyone know what if the Bloc Québécois were to have a meme anthem? I need to know what it is. I need it. I need Bloc majority. I need Bloc majority. I keep doing. What? I can't type. I don't know how to type. There we go. Bloc majoritaire hits Quebecois. Res party songs. Just hit the res party songs. Is the in a way, Meet Me Halfway is a res party song. What res is this? Is this Northern Quebec res? This is not the Manitoba res for sure. The Manitoba res is not playing Usher. Fuck, we're just gonna do Wob Canoe. The Wob Canoe rap to close this out. Come on. Wob Canoe rap.
Oh yeah. Wob Canoe. It's great. When I'm on my English, I flow bloody nicely. I'm a nobody, there's nobody like me. Muhammad Ali with a model on her knees. And my mind so lean, I run the light beam. What the mic mean? A chance to reach the people. Bow down on stage like as if it was my steeple. Praying to the gods of the hip-hop religion. I ain't start shit, man, this what I was given. Living, loving, laughing, rapping. What happened to that good old time so clapping? He's so capping when he's just rapping. You all dancing and I'm just chanting. Hey, with that old time rhyming flow.
Leads.
burn them, and then I say dominoes.
Future leader, future Prime Minister of Canada walking in
Let's get down. For all the Motown ways. Back in the Motown days. Nowadays we insane, but they kept us restrained. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. For all the Motown ways. Back in the Motown days. Nowadays we insane, but they kept us restrained. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
All from
When I'm
me
on my
today.
native shit, I'm like re-nut. You lames are all lost, why don't you all
Thank you all
team
for
up?
tuning in
First
today,
I want
whoever
my
did.
land and in the Gulf
I will
cleaned up.
see you later.